Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the True International Swiss stage. We are approaching that day number 8 now. And of course, joining me today or tonight, depending on your time region, is going to be the one and only legendary Mr. Ray here. I think he just woke up the fact that he's just like almost like this. But he said, I don't sleep, so no rest for the wicked. Welcome back, man.
It looks like we're actually sitting together, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
You're blending in my background. That is crazy work there. Yeah, you're actually blending in. That looks funny. It's like we're almost together, bro. That's actually kind of cool.
But yeah, I'm a bit bigger. Oh yeah, there we go. That aligns. All right, Ray. All right, Ray. At least don't hide the blade armor. Come on.
What do I say? Zushin's like the bottom side of course. The picture is pretty overwhelming. That's why. But overall, I'll have to wear the headphones so I can listen to you properly. I can listen to you, but I want to listen to you more properly, buddy. But yeah, overall, excited to be joining you again. And these days, it looks like True International is my space to be here, you know?
Of course.
And we've been seeing a few teams already getting out of the competition. And tonight, this is the 1-2 bracket still, right? Timor Puro and IC Paradise, they're going to be duking it out. And whoever loses it out... they're still gonna be damn, it will suck, isn't it? They're out of the competition. Oh yeah,
they're just out of the competition.
1-2, it's not 2-1, man, it's 1-2. It's 1-2, they're out of the competition. Feels bad, but let's see which team will remain the test of this competition and stay strong and still survive over here. And welcome back, Bolty. It's been a while since we shared a desk, man. Like 2 days? Was it 2 days?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like 2 days. But you guess what? I think we're gonna get a new caster after this match because I heard Baldudu actually signed up for the casting.
Yeah, bro. He was like, yo, Ray, like, is there any tournaments going on? And I told and he actually mentioned True Internationals, like, yo, their production is pretty lit. And I was like, you wanna come and cast because sometimes they would appreciate having a caster. And they were like, sure, shine me up. And I told him then he would actually be here right now in place of me, but he is still at work. He's gonna be traveling back, and hopefully he joins us on the second game. If not, third game most probably. We'll see. But Bolty, you been up to action with the teams? Yes, like, and what me and Sebastian did, man. Yesterday was 90% laughing, bro.
you guys were the iconic duo there. The laughter is on point. Maybe the humor is in sync as well, but I don't think anybody's gonna beat our duo. Just kidding. Oh wait, Juan's better not hear that because he about to be mad about that. Okay, anyways, guys.
Hey, mad, bro. Where is he? Why did he dip?
Unfortunately, it was supposed to be me and Juan's, but he just dipped at the last minute. I think there's like unfortunate circumstances. Behind, but we're not gonna mention that, and we're just gonna keep it there. Ray is gonna be hydrating himself, and yes, tonight, guys, it's gonna be the 1-2 like we've already said. This time it's gonna be Timor Puro representing Timor-Leste, and to my right, I'm pretty sure, is gonna be Bhutan IC Paradise. It's very interesting to say that both of these teams are the representative of the IESF, so we're having lots of expectation when it comes to this side because I'm pretty sure we've tested the server as well, and it seems that both of the teams are going to be playing with the same MS.
Also, just like representative of IESF teams, right? So they've already kind of been on that, what do you say, international level, as well as the fact that they have experience, right? Broader experience. Like Indian teams also, like I think Philippines and Indonesian teams, they have also had some experiences, but of course, to be representative in ISF, that's a massive deal, isn't it? So overall, I do have high expectations, but they are also 1-2 brackets, so that kind of shows that this competition is not exactly easy. Just because you are the best at your place doesn't mean that you could be best in this competition, and that's the good thing about internationals. We find out, like, we obviously put the nations against each other, and they can obviously improve, and I've been noticing some improvement over the teams. Of course, yesterday, first of all, we saw LCF losing to MSU, then they defeated MSU in a very dominating fashion, and yesterday we saw LCF getting literally very swept, like in under 10 minutes it was gone. Like it felt like LCF was not prepared at all. Like their confidence did not even matter. That's just how cool it was. It was an Indonesian team. It was a damn. It was Vortex, I think. No, it wasn't Vortex. The team after Vortex. Sorry, it was someone who played Zushin. That's why he told me. Well, he told me they won because of Zushin only. Okay, like that's a fact now, by the way. But let's focus into the draft of today. We have Icy Paradise, Demon King, right? I remember.
Yeah, Demon King.
That muff. What is this hair? Like this hat thing, man.
The beanie.
Oh yeah, it's a beanie, right? It always reminds me of one guy only. Like, yo, Mr. White. Why is it Radiant again, man?
I don't know. Something's wrong.
False. You playing with me, man. You playing. But yeah, the drafts are almost done. It looks like Icy Paradise is really gonna be choking down on the healers. They don't want I know the Matilda is there, but 2 healers in a row, that's pretty insane. And on the other hand, Timur Puro really paying respect to Demon King. They're like, nah, we don't want this guy on anything. So overall, yep, the Uranus not gonna get opened out. So that would mean there's Lapu Lapu open, and so is the Farsa. They can go for those 2 picks. But what do you think, Bolty?
Yeah, the Tribal Warrior gets that anytime. You know what Debbie said? You pick Lapu, you win any time of the day. So that I'm just gonna put it there because Debbie is being a sensation in the 2 international states, and yes, I'm gonna be putting my bets on that Lapu because Lapu, yeah, there we go. But I'm just gonna say that Lapu right now in the meta is overly buffed. I think we can put him as a pick or ban or maybe like in a broken section because he scales a lot. Okay, once you get that level 4 till late game, he still have the burst potential if you paired him up with a Fury Hammer or at least some penetration along, and he's gonna get that War X anyway. So if he gets full stack, that is basically a full stack BOD. So yes, to the side of Timur Puro, and look at Icy Paradise. They are responding with a Baxia, maybe a jungle here, and yes, the Granger, like you said, was always been reigning the top. Here comes the one. Oh
yeah. Especially considering Bhutani's and Indian teams. They love Granger, brother. Like, there's just no way they're going to leave out the Granger open. So it makes sense. And I feel like if Bhutani's teams are following the Indian subcontinent meta, I think there's a high, maybe an 80% chance this is going to go into the roaming position to match, of course, the rotations and everything. But we never know. They can also go in for, if Demon King wants to flex that Baxia jungle and, of course, dominate a little bit, it could be a good option. But Timur Puro over here, they're bringing out the Lunox, which is something that is extremely underrated and also underappreciated. But at the same time, I understand why, because she's pure damage. She does not have any crowd control capabilities. One thing, she has immunity, but in this game, I don't know the immunity would come in handy or not. We'll see how good this Lunox would be paired up. Also, I feel like she's a little bit, her damage doesn't really land that good once the Baxia uses the ultimate, because of course the damage reduction is there. So especially if the Baxia will get the item behind you, right? So I think we will see about it. And immediately we see the FL coming in as a response. Let's see what Icy Paradise closes off their first priority play again. Oh my god, I think the Icy Paradise just won, guys. I'm sorry, there's nothing to watch. You can come back for game number 2. It is just a joke. Okay, yeah, there's Radiant Armor. I know Zushin can be countered a little bit. The damage, not the CC over here. But interesting to see. One thing is for sure though, is that Lapu Lapu is immune. Zushin will have some trouble when Lapu Lapu jumps on behind, and that's something they need to consider. Yo, Bolty, can I will it be like,
whoa, no, nah, man, nah, bro, yo, chill, bro. Yeah, like you said, this Lunox though, I know most Lunox, they like to build Genius Wand, the penetration, because the penetration kind of converts into spell vamp as well, according to the passive. But of course, like you said, ultimate of the Baxia, damage reduction, and penetration, I don't think it kind of negates damage reduction. It just reduces flat of the damage anyway. So here comes that Jujin, of course. But yes, like you said, this is Jin. I know, right? I don't want to disrespect your wife, but in terms of this comp, look at that. They have like you said, the Lapu to immune when he is in the Bravest Fighter form. Of course, the Raging Slash is gonna come up, but Lunox as well. That she can also immune the Lantern Flare, and we're talking about Irithel as well, right? She uses the heavy crossbow. She takes a Wind Talker or maybe a sprint. She can kind of dodge the show light of your wife. Yeah, so looking at the side of Timur Puro though, they're banning out the Yishin Shin. Seems like they're not giving Demon King the Yishin Shin this time.
Yeah, they're really choking down on all the possibilities on what Demon King can pick up. And honestly, I don't really blame them. That is granted. But overall, I'm looking forward to then what is he going to go for. Because if he runs out of option, it's just going to be a Bakshia jungle. And no, we almost forgot about the Wolf Boy over here. And he's going to go Awu in the Land of Dawn. Demon King is going to be the Wolf King over here. And we will see some running around actions. But let's see. To match the Wolf, we're going to get a Knight who's going to be slaying him. Not in the midnight, because avoid it, guys. Like, it's a werewolf. Don't kill it at the night. They're powerful there. Try to kill it at the daytime. You might yeah, actually I wanted to reference the Twilight movie, but I could not link it properly. because I have not seen proper werewolves in other fiction. Okay, my fiction only comes from Twilight. I think many people share that sentiment, but overall, Timur Puro, they come in with the Gatot. Okay, not that much, but I think the Gatot will get affected slightly. But yeah, I have seen the Gatot overwhelm the Zushin quite a bit, a lot of times though, because of the
ever since the Jushin got a nerf from the mana consumption, she can't regenerate if she has somebody pursuing with the Lantern Flare, and like, at most, when she's like max, at most I should say she could, pick up somebody like twice and then she's out of mana, even if you pick up the common emblem. So that poses kind of a threat for Icy Paradise. But Timur Puro, of course, they're going to be ready with this thing right here. This Radiant Armor. So yeah, they'll be ready for the damage. But in terms of the damage wise, it seems like Icy Paradise, man, they're really lacking on the magic damage department. If this last pick, they don't take something that is a damage. Oh, whoa. Okay, they're not taking something that's damage here. Ray.
Is that... I think it's a slight bit of damage though. It does have damage. Star Essence has good amount of damage. It can't exactly take down the Irithel unless goes in for a very good flare, like Petrify combo. But yeah, he can be a little bit of an annoyance to the Ludox. But of course, Yusong falls into the weird category, man, because sometimes he's beefy, not exactly beefy. He deals damage, but not exactly the most damage. He's like somewhere in the middle. Yeah, but overall, loving the jerseys of both guys. Timur Puro versus Icy Paradise. Timor-Leste, like, they're a nation that not a lot of people know that exists in Southeast Asia, right? Like, people know Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, and all these nations, but these, like, what do you say? Timor-Leste, and you have, like, Cambodia. These nations are a little bit less unknown, so I love seeing those teams come up in this Rune Internationals. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be diving straight into the Land of Dawn. I love that logo floating over there. But yeah, let's go and get into action. Introducing this, myself, Ray, and I'm joined by Bolty.
Yes, indeed. And it seems like we already get a glimpse of the side of Timor-Leste or Timur Puro here. Well, it seems like it's going to be the jungle side, mid side, and of course on the red side that it's going to be purple. It seems like there's a little bit of a skirmish in the mid side, but it seems like Nico here actually doing quite a lot. Picks up 2 over here, but that's not going to be a first blood because this time nobody's going to get slain before the 1 minute mark. It's kind of almost impossible unless you're in the rank.
Not everybody will get it right, but yeah, so far no first blood just yet, and I think both of these teams, actually I haven't been able to cast for Timur Puro yet. That is pretty coincidental. Until the last round it would be, but it would be poetic. But overall, I think I have casted obviously for Icy Paradise before. They have obviously the aggressive playstyle. They share it similarly to the Indonesian teams, and I think they would be able to. Oh, look at aggressive and Mercy already took a little bit of a bait and lost most of his HP, and I hope he can regain it back. If not, they will face a little bit of an EXP despair already that's going to be coming in on the turtle. That's going to be 20 seconds.
Yep, but don't forget, Yu Zhang still's gonna have that Festival of Blood, so every Dragon Tail is gonna heal you a lot, especially if you line yourself on like the mid lane, not mid lane, but a row of minions that's going to be coming up, but there might be a little bit of a gank on the bot side, but most likely in tournaments these days they like to gank the XP. Of course, the turtle spawns on the XP lane, right? And there we go, turtle spawn. Moon is in position to get the vision at the same time, an overall advantage. But top side though, oh, we are seeing almost a first blood here. Top side, Granger losing in it early. That is quite interesting.
I mean, he's really utilizing the fact that looks like a possible, because the Lunox will use up the brilliance. So that means that Lunox is going to be vulnerable. Might be a green signal for the Yuzhong to dive in. The Zushin already coming up with a lantern flare. Look at the action coming in. The Black Dragon.
Of course, at the same time, the first blood to the hands of Timur Puro. They're going for the turtle, but instead, Icy Paradise will be grabbing it. It's going to be a 1-to-1 trade on both sides, but Mercy is in trouble. There's going to be more dashes coming up. It seems like this Yuzong try to sustain, but Demon King, on the other hand, steals that. Yuzu at the same time, but this time, what did I say in top lane? Unless the Eartail get that level 4 and some items, there's no way she's going to win on the early game and Wing gets the kill. It's a 1-to-3 on the leaderboard, on to the favor of Icy.
I see pretty cold over here, right?
Yeah.
Not in my place though, because it's really freaking hot. I'm melting over here. But yeah, jokes aside, I think the score sitting at 1-3, and the turtle goes into the hands of as Icy as well. So that is basically 4 trade-offs they made just in under 4 minutes as well. So that is something very impressive work over here by this Dani's team. And let's see if they can. It would be pretty poetic if they picked up the Aura, man. But I know she's not exactly the best option. I mean, it would have matched their name. But goal ranking, we can see Wink obviously winning it out, taking that kill, puts him over the edge in 1 minion wave. So that's going to be creating a little bit of a difference. Jushin and Roger are following up, and the only one that's catching up from the hands of Timur Puro is the Earthal. I think they need to obviously catch up a little bit. Moon will just gonna be rolling off the tire, smashing into people's faces, mostly Yoo-hoo, because he's the frontliner.
Yeah, of course, those tires could be a roadkill, but not just yet, because Bakshi has not the time to just go ahead and get those right kill. But Mercy, of course, gonna be backing off. Did kind of, force out that Bravest Fighter, so that's gonna be good for this turtle fight, unless the cooldown is very low for the Bravest Fighter. There's gonna be an engage. It seems like the Heavy Crossbow comes in. K is looking to dice things up, but he needs to play it safe. If not, the turtle spawns. Some of resources are being used. No more Heavy Crossbow. Looking bad for Timur Puro, maybe?
Absolutely, and I think looking at the pace of how about David Hill is going to join the fray this time, Bolty.
Yes, sir. And that's a lot happening. Say Retail on the other hand. Smash it out Moon. It's going to be Yoo-hoo getting taken out by Empro. Demon King comes in, but he gets instantly obliterated. But it seems like Mercy is going to go forward to pursue. Retail also backs off. That is a dead wife of Ray. And with that being said, that's going to be a 1-to-2 trade on both sides and equalizing on the leaderboard. A 4-4.
It is insane that Timur Pro immediately equalized it, and right now it looks like they want to go for a little bit more. MPRO got a little bit greedy.
Yes, indeed. And he's the guy that's very comfortable, but Madeira gonna be shing them out. Punctures the tire, of course. And that is a down Moon. And that is also gonna be 2-to-1 trade there. Not quite sure, but I feel like Icy Paradise still got the better out of it. And yes, they're looking forward to farming. At the same time, they're going for the gank on K here. Oh, here comes that Lantern. Crimson Beacon as well. And that is a kill. Wing gets it. Mega kill already. This guy's on a 4-0-1. Not quite sure if he picked up the Sky Piercer or is he going to finish that. Yeah, he's already finished with the Hunter Strike.
Granger, I'm gonna be building towards the Sky Piercer. Most probably gonna go for that Malefic roll later on. But I think, okay, Roger going for the attack speed. Yuzhong, funny enough, went in for the Hunter Strike. Interesting. I feel like it's better to go for the Fury Hammer and then just prioritize the War Axe to gain the sustenance. But Lunox gonna get baited out to using that Brilliance over here. A lot of poking already into the action so far. Icy Paradise still leading the game slightly with 1.6k gold lead. No turrets taken. No. They did take the bottom lane. So that is a little bit of more map control as well. That is good discipline that's coming in from them so far. Almost climbing towards 2k.
Yuzu.
go for Yoo-hoo.
Oh, Crimson Beacon being forced, and that is a Sky Piercer, I'm pretty sure now. Wing gets his first stacks, and there's going to be more. It seems like the Fierce Dive comes in, connects to Empro. Empro using the Brilliance to kind of save it out, but Sabry Tail on the other hand gets taken out. It's going to be a double for Wing, and make it a triple right there with the Death Sonata. Chance the death of Mr. Empro there.
And it comes at a price of losing out the mid lane though, but immediately they make a trade onto the top lane. They get the tier 1 on the top right now. The Zushin goes in.
That is a very dead Madeira there. The puncture not quite hitting. No more stacks to kind of do a little bit of a Kyrie. Instead, he becomes the Kyrie Kumar. But it seems like in the mid side though, it's going to be a slashing coming in. But no, Sabry Tail says no. Gonna go back with the final smashing that it's using, but the Crimson Beacon gonna be taking into the K. K is really in trouble, but escapes with that slither of HP. Just what I think Timor Puro needs, but instead on the other side, there's a diversion taking off the Turtle Soup. And yes, both of the team diverged, and this is gonna be the lead for Icy Paradise, still on that 4K goal lead.
It's not something to be, just let it go, because right now I feel like Timor Puro, they gotta find out, because if they do not, this is the elimination rounds for them. This the 1-2 brackets after all, and we'll have to see if they can sustain themselves or not, because okay, the Yuzhong is actually going in for he's not going in for Warex. He's actually building towards a little bit defensive, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, he's trying to mitigate the damage that's coming in from Lancelot. On the other hand, Dr. Lancelot is already going a slight bit of defensive. Not defensive, he's trying to go for the breastplate to get the safety reduction, but Lapu, not enough!
Legendary comes from Wings, another double right there. They're trying to go for Wings, but he forces out the flicker. Could be a triple right here, and yes it is! Mr. Wing all the way from Bhutan. He gets the triple right there. He's gonna be looking for the Mania, I'm pretty sure, because Yuzu is kind of out position, but it seems like Timor Puro are still trying to defend this mid turret, but I'm not quite sure if that's a very good idea, because that is going to be a legendary coming in from Wing once again. He is low, but he is cooking still. But K on the other hand, using that Ducati, he's going to be screaming, what color is your Ducati, and try to take a kill on Nico, but yes, he did get the kill, but no, Mercy will be the one to suck his soul out of there, and that is 16-6 on the leaderboard. Ray, this is crazy, man.
If Ethel respawns, can the Ethel technically say, I woke up in a new Ducati? Because technically, yeah. I mean, respawning is like waking up, right? Like, they fell asleep, and right now they're gonna wake up. So technically, Ethel can legally say that.
Yeah.
We need a Johnson Bugatti skin. Developers do collab that, and we will finally have the Trinity done already. But yeah. Oh, damage second ranking. Yoo-hoo has been taking too many punches in the face right now. 52,000, and already the lot's gonna be climbing up. The Yuzhong getting poked out here, but gonna use up the Black Dragon just to divert everyone out. Candle Lancelot coming for a possible steal or not. Nope, the Roger gets it, and they're gonna go for a possible engage. Look at the Lapu Bolti.
Yes, Wing gets that legendary. Empro out of the gutter once again. Sabry Tail for a Lapu. I thought he could sustain, but in terms of the gold lead and the gold difference, way too much, so he just get melted there. 1-3-3 for this guy, but it seems like there's going to be Madeira trying to take this red, but there's going to be more pokes coming up. Mercy are in trouble. Madeira uses the Sonnet of the I forgot. I think Phantom Execution. Oh, here comes K. He's going to go use that crossbow, but not enough to take out Wing, which is very fat. When it comes to fat people, it's always a slither of HP that they get out.
Yeah, the fat people. Oh, but oh, look at it.
Whoa, that is a knock-up. Empro comes in, and yes, takes out Mercy. And for now, there's going to be Revitalized Pop as well. It's going to be the Licon Punch coming in, but the Brilliance, too brilliant. Well, it's not that brilliant, but still brilliant to take out the jungler. Demon King gets taken out. Here comes Nico on the other hand with a Crimson Beacon, but that is a bit slow. Won't be taking out Yuzu here as the other teammates reinforce this guy, but Madeira on the other hand going to be playing with some blades. He likes to make another Sonnet. Here comes those dashes once again, but it's going to be Sabry Tail. Going to be using that slash. Did hit that final slash, but no, the legendary from Wings. Too much damage now. This guy is on fire.
This is absolutely insane, insane. 1402. He also got the Winter Crown. Gonna be getting the heals from Moon over here, so he won't be needing to go back. Another brilliance play coming in from Luna.
No.
But oh my god.
Very evasive AOG right there, but that is the bot lane exposed. Super minions coming. Look at the super. Very nice, right? It's more like a supper. Just kidding, but it's gonna be the big green dragon coming in to try to zone it out. That's a mid lane exposed as well. Only the last inhibitor stand on the top side. It's looking like Timor Puro are deficit on the gold lead. This is the time for Icy's Paradise to be, making out of the elimination stage, because this is their final shot. If not, they would be saying the digital airport.
Digital airport? That's
What?
Matilda.
Oh, yeah.
She's the pain.
Emperor! Winter Crown comes in as well, but the Brilliance, too brilliant-like again, gets a shutdown on Wings. This could be a saving grace for Timor Puro. They're gonna get that bounty, but still, they're trading out for a Lunox again. But they will be delaying their impending doom. But that is a very big chunk of damage from the heavy crossbow. Now, K, if we look at the items, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be having like a critical Berserker Sphere is gonna be a...
Yeah, you're
Wait.
right.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Already has the Berserker's Fury. Granger's full build though. I think most likely will sell the Winter Crown right now. Should probably trade off with a Rose Gold or a Immortality at this point. On the other hand though, okay, the Lapu Lapu done with his first defensive item over here. Will sustain a little bit from the Granger, but still needs a little bit more. Lunox though is actually catching up really well too, because she has 3 items. One of them being the Holy Crystal, one of the second most expensive items in the game. So she is doing good in the gold department. But Zushin is obviously going to be trying to surpass her, gets the Wishing Lantern, so that means Lapu Lapu doesn't have any magic defense, so he's going to be suffering a little bit. Yoo-hoo will survive for a little bit, but let's see for how long. Right now the Lord's going to be up, and we'll see how good it goes, because I feel like MRPO he looks for... Oh my god!
That is the Lord Steel. Fiery Madeira finds himself. Timor Puro onto the offensive. Sairy Tail forces out the Brave Spider. He's with his Claymore. Emperor will get the double kill. The AOG trying to land on Ray's wife here, but Ray's wife, you know how she picks up people. Almost takes out Yuzu there, but this time around, Icy Paradise. They're throwing.
I think it's more of the sense that the Lunox gained the upper hand. I feel like Wing got a little bit confident over there, and I feel like Moon needs to take up the action. Like Wink, you gotta stay behind me. You can't be going near any bushes. They need to cover up more area, because I feel like the vision there was extremely lacking, because I don't think Granger should get taken down there so easily, because MPRO still has his flicker, so that means that was a little bit of blunder for them. This is very reminiscent of my rank games. I would be dominating the whole game, suddenly one death, and I'm suddenly dying again and again. Why does that happen? Is it a curse? I'm not sure, but I think it is definitely the vision thing on this game. They need to come out and need to make sure the Granger stays alive. But there's the Black Dragon, there's the Tire coming in as well.
Whoa. Too much damage this time though. Wing gets taken out. Not taken out, but he takes out Yuzu there. Mercy almost get killed, but that's going to be a double once again for Wing. But overextending just after the Lord is down. It's just the green light for Icy Paradise to take control over the battlefield once again. This is what we're saying, guys. The gold difference is not much anymore, but you take out those tanky ones and their main damage dealer. This is gonna be a I think a GG. Unless Icy Paradise here, they're looking for some kills once again. Wink takes out another Sairy Tail there, but Demon King will be the one to get traded out there. Don't know why he didn't actually have those Licon powers to kind of burst down K, but that would be another time of the day.
Nice rhyme over there. But yeah, I feel like getting the Divine Glaive really helped the Lunox to be getting the power scaled up. But after that, we immediately saw the Incendiary play coming in just to showcase what really happened. I feel like Demon King went in a little bit aggressive, hoping to take down K, right? And it did not work into the favor, because I think they should have taken into account of the minion waves, because you can clearly see the Lapu Lapu did a really great job of clearing out the first 2 minions, and look at the follow-up that came in from the Lancelot. Cleared out the minion, and because of it, they're still alive. Madeira doing a good job at that Lancelot, okay? 3 damage items and 2 defensive. That is a good balance of offense and defense. On the other hand, Roger's going for a full burst, like a despair build. It's not bad. It's a mix of critical, but I feel like an NS Battle and Warx would have done a little bit better, right? Given him a little bit more sustain. Not to mention more true damage, right? From the passive of the Warx. I feel like that would have been better. But and would have also given him like, that's my point, sustain. He would have survived for a little bit longer because he had zero regen. He went in full burst. I think especially when your marksman is doing so good, I feel like going for semi or rose gold would have been really good. But hey, it's up to his decision. But so far, let's see how it really goes forward, because right now Icy Paradise, the game has equalized, because you can clearly see that 300 gold basically on the hands of Timur Puro basically means that this is anybody's game. But the score is twice on their favor. Icy Paradise doing a good job at it. They've also secured basically all turrets, only one inhibitor left standing. So that means if they take this lord, this is a game over for Timur Puro. But they're not letting it happen. The great defense that's coming in from Timur Puro, and they're really clapping back as much as possible. But Lunox this time around looks like she's gonna be a little bit late to the party. She's still waiting, and this lord might just be gone.
Oh, AOG, and that is 2 elements being popped, but Demon King still has that retribution upper hand, but he gets taken out. K will be trying to grab that Demon King onto his hands, but Meidara also taking out the moon. It's not a crescent moon, it's gonna be a full moon for Icy Paradise, or it's gonna be a full down for Icy Paradise, because they just lost 3 in that not the turtle, but the Lord fight. Let's look at an instant replay right here, Ray. What happened here?
Let's see what happened here.
Yeah.
You know, I think getting the Lord immediately, and if you notice, Lunox was already fighting up a battle on the top list, pushing over the Zushin so much so the Zushin was not really available to be joining the team fight, and I feel like that really helped. Lunox over here, of course, MPRO, he realized that my wife is the main catalyst. You take out the Zushin, you take out the whole formation, and they were right. This is why you pick my wife. Okay, she's the best hero in the game right now. But yeah, and I'm not kidding. Like, you can clearly see, I think that is just the beauty of having a mid lane that can control. Literally, like, she has CC, and because of it, she was controlling the pace of the game because of how much she was disabling the Katot and the Lapu Lapu from engaging properly. Even the Lancelot, right, was getting affected by that Lantern Flare, and they were just. She realized if she can divert her attention, if she's not in the team fights, Katot and Lapu Lapu can buy out a little bit more time, and the Lancelot as well as K to dish out the damage, and it exactly happened like that. And if it goes on and on, if this Yushin is being pushed back again, I think Timur Puro does stand a chance. But I feel like Icy Paradise should be aware of right now the strategy. They just gotta make sure where is the Lunox. They need the vision on it, and they gotta make sure Wink and Nico over here are safe.
Oh, what just happened there? Top side, we're getting a solo kill. M Pro is truly the pro when it comes to soloing. Demon King biting the dust again. And Ray, I just want to say, you want to take a look inside the Granger stacks?
Yeah, sure. I would love to see. Is it 20 minutes in? I think it's gonna be 700. Oh my god!
Oh, almost a Ruby DD coming up, but it's gonna be Meidara using the Phantom Execution. Executes Wink. This is Timur Puro, ladies and gentlemen. But it's gonna be a Winter Crown play here, but will it be enough? He still uses. That is almost a Kyrie, but no, Mercy will be the one to stop him from making the play. And that is a 2 for 2, ladies and gentlemen. I repeat, a 2 for 2. And the matches is gonna be extended like that. Very stretchy mozzarella.
Just before that engage happened, that beautiful one, did you notice how I pinpointed the stacks? Damn. I play Granger, but I didn't know I would just hit the spot. Like, Granger exactly had 700 stacks. That's pretty crazy.
Exactly. That's why you get built, man, when it comes to analysis.
Yeah, bang. But we're gonna be seeing the Lord fight again coming in. They have the Roger up for themselves, so this is gonna be possibly a free one, no contest. And yep, it's gonna be Katot can't possibly go in for an AOG engage. They need to save it for now. Demon King gonna be securing it, and Katot already getting poked out. Possible AOG gonna be using to escape it, but no, they're just gonna go back because Nico, you better out of here. You get a Nico escape your knee. Yeah, with your kneecap.
Wait, what the heck? That just went from Nico, the Jushin player, to that anime with the Nico knee, and it went to a kneecap. We're going places, Ray. We're going places. But that is an enhanced lord in the mid side, very open for Timor Puro. If they don't kind of drag this, oh, never mind, because Mercy on the other hand, the top side, Emperor once again gets that solo, but this time around try to be switching out those items. No, Wink will be the one to shut down the Emperor. That is a 1-for-1 trade, a mid lane to EXP trade, but it seems like the Phantom execution, the sonnets of the execution gotta be used here. He's trying his best. Madeira is trying his best to kind of chunk down this HP before it can enter those, fortifications. That is going to be a top lane inhibitor down for Timor Puro. I believe this is the final stand. If they don't make the play here, Timor Puro is going to be looking at the airports. Or maybe not. Oh, this is going to be coming up. That's a shutdown for Wink. This is looking really dire, ladies and gentlemen, because Demon King also get that kill. It seems like on the bot side, though, nobody's looking at the base HP. There's more happening. Say Retail trying to do much. Capitalization not going to work, and that is it. Icy Paradise reclaim their throne, and they are going to move to the playoffs. Redemption arc. Blade Armor is back as well. Woo!
Due to brackets, they're still gonna be staying in the competition, but unfortunately, Timor Pro, we gotta say bye to them. Why are you so down, Bolty? Why did you sink yourself in? Come up, bro.
I'm too big, bro. I'm too big.
Oh, zoom out.
Okay.
yeah. It's better.
False. Help us out here. I'm too big. Wait, what? That's what she said. What?
You became American. That's very nice. Yeah.
Oh,
we're sitting. We're perfect over here. Yeah, great.
So Ray.
But yeah, a little bit of a pat. Yeah.
Thanks.
Good job. But overall, yeah, congrats to Icy Paradise. And obviously, Wink, most likely going to be the MVP. I think he had around 20 kills. Pretty impressive work. And honestly, I feel like from the minute of get-go, they were already setting up to be the victors. But I feel like Timon Puro obviously gave a really good battle because there were a lot of chances, especially MPRO on that Lunox. Really, I mean, you think that maybe the Lunox is not the best pick because it's not really providing that much of a utility in those team fights. But hey, do you need utility if your opponents are dead? Because I think that's the strategy that the Lunox was going for, because so many solo takes down, like the Granger was taken down, the Jushin was almost getting taken down. She was escaping because of course Jushin is good at escaping, and obviously a solo pick off with the Demon King as well really helped them a lot of times. But overall, I think this match was really great. Obviously, I pinpointed his kills too. I said 20 kills, but yeah, I was missed by 1 mark. But overall, going for this build is really good. And 100,022. Okay, 122,000 damage. Dished out 77%. Gold per minute 725. I think the gold per minute, it's low because the game went, to when the game goes a little bit too long, yeah, the GPM starts to fall off. And
yeah,
you can clearly see the goal lead actually became really equal in the later phases. It basically became anybody's game because one mistake from anyone, we would have seen the game go to anybody's side. And I think really great fight from Timor Puro. I love their performance, especially with their unconventional Lunox pick and making it work, especially like MPRO. But unfortunately, their journey is gonna end here. Their builds and everything are absolutely fine. I think the rotations were great too. It's just that, guys, my Zushin is too strong. What can I say? No, but even talking about statistically, Zushin is amazing. Like her, I feel like a lot of people are kind of undermining her because hey, she got nerfed. Like we can counter her, but she still has that really overpowered knock up, and I feel like that really affects your frontliners a lot. And if your frontliners are getting affected, your backliners have a little bit of a hard time. For the first time, I think we're seeing 4 different heroes. Usually it's like the carry, the rich guy will be similar because they have the highest gold. But yeah, Sandbag and best wingman. See, my Zushin is the best wingman. She's gonna set up you with your girlfriend, okay, or boyfriend, whichever you like. But yeah, joke. Obviously, I'm just joking over here.
Wing woman, is it gonna be that one? Because wingman is, I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know, right? It can be wingman, but yeah. What I'm saying here is that I feel like the performance from Timur Puro was really great. And I just feel, obviously, it feels a little bit sad that we're going to be saying goodbye. This is the 1-2 brackets after all. And facing this loss, they are out of the competition. 3 losses and you're out. Feels, but hey, that's the competition.
Oh.
And looks like we're going to be having a little bit of an interview. We're going to be getting Mr. Wink back again. Because I think I interviewed you last time as well, Mr. Wink. Please do.
Oh,
Okay.
there he is.
You know, I interviewed him last time, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Oh, wait, okay. We'll come from another Discord.
Go ahead, go ahead. Take your time. We'll be waiting for you.
Yeah.
Drink water, drink water.
Drink water. Stay hydrated.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, bro. Tí sườn cần. Em bị chị.
Right, you saw the chat, right? You saw the chat. There's a request.
There's a request? Where? YouTube chat?
Yeah, the chat. There's like a request for something for the players.
Where is it?
Oh, nice music. Oh, wait. Wait. Is it? I just hope that's not a copyright. Hello, folks. We're at Justin. Okay, we're just Justin. Seems like the boys are ready, looking like an iPhone 13, 14, 15, possibly.
Siap bro. Begini gini sini baik. Bersih di sini baik. Bersih. Sini lah.
Come on, give the cam to Wink. Come on, he's the MVP.
Sup, Wink? You're muted, man.
Hello?
Yeah, there
Hello,
he is.
Wink. Nice to have you back again. You remember me, buddy. And thank you for using Jushin, okay? Telling a mid laner to use Jushin. Best mage in the world, my wife. Alright.
Best mate in Bhutan.
No, it's my wife Jushin, bro. Like, your user is good. I'm the best.
What? Right, I think I'm glitching out. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you're glitching out slightly a little bit, Bolty, but it's okay. Hello, Wink. Hello, Wink.
Hello, sir.
Congrats on still sticking around into the competition. You were able to eliminate out Timur Puro from the Swiss stages. And how does it feel still obviously staying in the competition?
It was his own plan because today we just
Uh-huh.
wanted to go comfort because even if we lost, if we played
Mhm.
our comfort, we won't have any.
Regrets, yeah.
Yeah, so we just went for comfort and he picked his own hero.
Thank you. Tell him thank you because Zushin is the best mage in the game.
Hey, there he
Thank
is.
you. Thank you, man. Keep playing Zushin. Keep the Zushin agenda alive for us. For me, specifically.
He's saying you'll find more Zuxin in the tournament.
Yeah.
Alright.
Make sure you use my wife more. I would love to see it.
Wait.
But where is our guy False, man? False, are you there?
Yeah.
I can't see
Are
the
we-
stream, man.
Yeah, are we still on Air? Okay. It's just that we can't see each other. That's all.
We can't see each other, but we can see you, Wink. But overall, picking up the Granger, it's your comfort, right? Favorite?
Uh, it wins game for us, so yeah.
Okay. The absolute dominance that you were able to do, like, what's your strategy, like snowballing with Granger so much?
Uh, I think just kill.
Just kill.
You just kill enemy.
Okay.
Yeah, basic. I love the basic answer. And I have a question though. Why Roger full burst? Because you're already so much damage. Why didn't he go a little bit defensive with the rose gold and breastplate, etc.?
I think that's for Demon King to answer, right?
Yeah.
Or is he not
Demon
there?
King?
I don't
Demon
know.
King?
I think he's not here.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Do ask him and let us know. I would love to know why he went full damage Roger. Like there was not even a rose gold.
Same. We don't
Multi, you wanna?
also know. We don't also
Right.
know the reason.
Do you think it's a good decision or bad?
I think it's a bad decision.
You better scold Demon King over there. Why are you going full damage?
Yep. We'll scold him.
But overall, that is beside you. Who is that?
This is Moon.
Oh, hello, the Baksha.
Kumar.
Does
Yeah.
Do you
Kumar.
get dizzy spinning around the map as a tire?
Pardon?
Do you get,
Do you
this
get
thing
dizzy?
that-
Spinning around the map?
No, I don't get dizzy.
Right.
All fun questions here because I just want to wish you congrats for still sticking around on the Swiss stages, and I wish you guys best because you are now at 2 for 2. One more victory and you guys will be in the playoffs, and we'd love to see Bhutanese team being in the playoffs.
Whether we stay in the tournament or go to the playoffs, maybe the last game too.
Yes. And thank you for your wishes.
We wish you the best. Bolty, you want to say anything?
Yeah, just one question for Wink here. You see this thing, right?
Which one? Which
Yeah,
one?
this thing behind me. This thing. You see the screen?
Wait. Let me see. Yes, I can see.
Yeah. What item do you build to counter this thing right here?
Blade armor.
Yeah.
I don't think. Blade armor is used to counter Granger.
Right answer there.
What you build to counter this item right here?
You build ones, okay? You build ones.
Yeah, you just play smart and not hit that tank.
Thank you.
I was expecting a malefic roar as an answer, but that's all right. That's all right.
That's all right. I mean, he's right. You should not build
Yeah.
blade armor against Granger. He's right. He's not. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Wink, and of course, Team IC Paradise for coming to this short interview. And we love you guys, and I wish you guys the best in the playoff stages. And let's go. Come on, give a team roar. Would love to hear it. Show us your
roar,
energy. Yeah. Give us your energy.
Okay, yeah. What?
Can we all get an IC Paradise from every single member there?
We have our own cheers.
Go. Let's go.
Go.
Let's hear.
Yeah. Show me. Show me. Show me. I see. I see.
Okay.
Hey, you guys say IC.
Yeah.
I see.
One. Yeah.
Okay.
On the count of 3, you guys say
Okay.
IC.
We need more.
Okay. Okay.
One. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
I see.
Yay, let's go.
Loving that.
Thank you for
That's a good
inviting
one.
us. It was a fun interview,
Next match,
and hope we can
Yeah.
meet tomorrow also.
Yes, absolutely. Wishing you guys the best. Team IC
Thank you,
Paradise.
sir. Thank you.
I see. I
Good luck.
learned something new.
Yeah. No, it's KCC.
Okay, CC. Okay.
No, guys, you see.
Yeah, it's cold. No, it's cold.
It's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I get it now. It's chilly.
Wow.
It's freezing.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's freezing, bro. It's not.
I don't think it's
over
freezing
here,
in
though.
one's-
It's
and I-
cold here.
I don't think it's
I want to
freezing
see
in
Ray
Ray's
doing
room though.
I want to see Ray doing that. KCC
Alright.
one.
You like this?
Yeah. Volty, you Volty, last.
All right, I see.
KCC. I see.
Nice. Thank you for having us, and see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Damn.
This is why
Ray,
I cast here, bro. This is why I cast here. This is fun,
Yeah.
bro. It's
Yep.
it's always nice interacting with the players, honestly, because I mean this is what the competition is about, bro. This is the players. Yeah, audience also makes it, because without the viewers we wouldn't be here. But also without the players we wouldn't have any competition. So I love to see the players, their stories, their motivations, their everything. I like to keep interviews just short and fun, honestly. I like, because I feel like asking them too many complicated questions, they're like, oh, what? I think a coach is better to ask more like technical questions. I think they're better at it, right? But players, I feel like keeping it fun and short, it's better, because yeah, you can clearly see. I love the vibes, man. Would love to. Man, we need to learn with these guys, definitely. Would love to meet these people. They seem literally chill.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Yeah, I don't think it's chill inside your room though, right?
It's like, okay, let me show you. Like I think this bottle is gonna be transparent, right? Yeah. Basically, this water is supposed to be freezing. Okay, I just got it out of the freezer, but look, it's like dry, bro.
Bro, I think it's evaporating already, right? Is it
Yeah, bro.
evaporating? Oh,
It
my
is.
goodness.
I might be evaporating, bro.
Alright.
I'll have to take a very icy shower to feel
Yeah.
something good. But yeah, overall, I think not Debbie. What the Volty.
What?
We gotta make space for the next Bhutanese team. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? Both of the Bhutanese
Yep.
team together. Let's see if it's gonna be Bhutan twice in a row, or we're gonna see a Timor-Leste team striking back. Hey, 2 Bhutan and Timor-Leste teams in a row, is it?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's very crazy.
Damn.
But one of the teams evaporated already. So is Bhutan gonna continue the evaporation streak, or is it gonna be Veni Vidi Vici from Timor-Leste finally making that strike back? Let Onyx Paradox here evaporate instead. But ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be it for this match 1. It was a fun match, absolutely. It was great casting with Ray as well. I'm pretty sure he's not icy, instead he's gonna be evaporating like he said. And yes guys, we will be catching you in a 10-minute break. Don't go anywhere, because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a new guy, Baldudu, coming up.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and this is gonna be the True Internationals again. We just had a match between Timur Puro and Bhutanese team, and we're actually gonna have another Timur Puro and Bhutanese team playoff, which is pretty like crazy coincidence if you think about it. Timor-Leste. For a second I said Timur Puro because they had also Timur Puro, but yeah, Timor-Leste team versus Bhutanese team are going to be facing off against each other in another Swiss stage face-off. This is the 1-2 bracket, basically elimination round. One loss and they're out of the competition. One victory, they'll still have another chance to make it to the playoffs. Other teams have already done it, so let's see. One Bhutanese team already went there, so let's see if it's gonna repeat or Timor-Leste will get the upper hand. It is Onyx Paradox versus Veni Di Vici, and we'll see how they face against each other. Great performance all throughout, but obviously there can only be one winner. Enter the casting desk, myself Ray, and today we have a guest over here joining us after a long while into the casting desk, joining me, and of course, being his first time casting on an international desk. Of course, welcome here, Ball Doodoo. Nice to have you finally here, and how do you feel casting of this True Internationals by Next G?
Yes, man. It's good to be here, Ray. It's an honor, and it's always a pleasure casting with you. It has been a break longer than I'd like to take, but yes, we're back in action, and there's a really good match that you've kept in store for me. Yeah, it is. It is a decider game, right, for this Bhutanese team.
Absolutely.
Like it is a do or die, like you said, and Onyx Paradox has to put in their best effort.
Absolutely. I mean, they're one of their Bhutanese brothers. Icy Paradise have already won. Last match, basically, same nations faced against each other, and Bhutan was the one who came out top against Timor-Leste team, which is Timur Puro. But that's why I confused up the nations. But yeah, right now we have same nation, Timor-Leste, Veni Vidi Vici, and they're going to be going against Bhutanese team. And the thing about Bhutanese teams is that they share very similar meta to the Indian teams. Prioritizing the Granger, going for the snowball, aggressive playstyle, and I think it's very reflected over here. So we'll probably see the results of it coming on pretty soon. And obviously, we'll also interview the winner, and I think that would be a first time obviously interviewing a player, I think, because obviously in India subcontinent we don't exactly have this kind of an interview scene, right, where we get to see the player. So yeah, it would be something new overall. But yeah, we're gonna be diving into the draft pretty soon. But all to do, obviously, we're diving into the drafting phase, and we will see what they're gonna be doing. Veni Di Vici, they have the first pick, and there are already a few bans.
And nobody gives us time to speak as these teams are ready to go. The first bans are up, and it is a plethora of the tanks that get taken out. The Matilda is gonna be followed up by a lot of bans in the jungle. The Fred and Baksha are not gonna be seen this game. Veni Vidi Vici does not want to see those tank jungles because they are being really annoying in this meta, man.
Absolutely. And I always, one of the things I love in this casting for True Internationals, it's the jerseys, man. Like the Unity looks really clean over here, but I think the Hayabusa and the Matilda ban are warranted. I'm looking for a Uranus and Lapu Lapu ban that's going to be coming in pretty soon. But let's see. I think the Granger is going to come in though. What do you think? Because Indian teams, they love their Granger. I mean, not Indian subcontinent. Bhutanese teams also, I've been noticing, they love their Granger, buddy.
Exactly. Granger is, I guess at this point, like Granger and Gushin are like, emotions. Because like everybody loves playing them. But like, Gushin, you do not really get to see him much outside of, edits. But the Granger has left a mark on the professional scene. He's been doing really well with a great win rate. But yes, the Farsa gets taken out next. I think, Veni Vidi Vici wants to like avoid any sort of counters to that kind of aggressive playstyle. They don't want to get locked down. They don't want to take fights for too long. They want to dive in, hit and run. And I guess maybe that's what they're going to draft around. On the other hand, Onyx Paradox with the Kimi ban. Do you think it's a little too early for the Kimi ban? Or, they have their plans around it?
I think I agree with you. It's a little bit early. I think they could have gone for the second one, but I've seen a few teams like really utilizing the Kimi, especially the moment like she gets the Divine Glaive until like a 7-8 minute mark. That's when she starts clicking in, and I think that's something that Onyx Paradox is afraid to face off against, because usually for the Kimi, the Baksha is actually a really good response of the damage reduction. But okay, Veni Di Vici, they are not gonna go for the Lapu Lapu. That is interesting. I think they might be pulling up with a Harriet, and that's the reason they picked up the Phobias for themselves. What do you think?
Yes, the Harith is still up. There are a lot of decent options in the gold lane still, but there are fewer options as compared to the XP lane, because on the XP lane right now, I think every XP lane is having a field day with the options that you have provided to you. Phobius is still, holding his place in the meta. He's doing great. But like you said, they wanted to, Uranus is a good option. I'll have to be careful with the phrasing. I'll have to be very careful with the phrasing. But yes, Ray has got his signature pick. Onyx Paradox representing Ray as they get the Zujin and the Lapu in the response. Is up to Veni Vidi Vici now. The XP lane and the mage has been picked up. They're going to respond with the Joy, and I think that's a great option against the Zujin. I mean, it's really hard for a Zujin to lock down under the Joy. It's going to be putting a lot of pressure in the fights, but I guess the Lapu is the insurance over there.
Let's go.
Yeah, of course. And you're wrong with one thing, Baldidu. It's not signature pick. She and me, we got legally married, by the way. She's my wife now. So yeah, and I've been spreading this Jushin agenda on these true internationals, okay? When I came in, I saw 0 Jushins. And I basically, when I had the interviews, I told them, pick my wife. She's the best. And last game, actually, the side of Icy Paradise did, and they won. Maybe Onyx Paradox can repeat the same thing. But hey, I wouldn't underestimate the Timor-Leste, just like you said. Maybe they have proper response. After all, the 1-1 is immune, right? One darting arrow, was it? Or darting something. Yeah, basically her ultimate. One, it hits, Zushin will immediately fall victim to it, right? And I feel like that is the main idea source. And of course, to counter out with that, they come in with the Airthal movement. Because 1-1 has fast movement, you gotta make sure you make it with the movement as well. So of course, Airthal and AoE with that. Like, if you're gonna go for a darting arrow, obviously there's gonna be the crossbow coming in as well. Good response so far, but let's see what the last 2 picks will be the deciding fact, because both of them have yet to. Okay, Veni Di Vici, they have picked up their jungler, so Onyx Paradox is the one who should get choked out of the jungler position. But looks like Veni Di Vici is actually interested on taking out a possible engage, because look at them, they're just banned out the Patang.
Exactly, I guess they, instead of trying to choke out the jungle options, they're rather trying to opt for, reducing the chance of setups, because Zujin, while really great in the jungle, in having a presence near the turtle fights, she kind of needs a little setup, needs someone to create space for her to shine, because that's when Zujin shines, that's when Irithyll shines. So I guess they want that, Badang to be taken out, because he's just so annoying, against the melee comps. And I guess he didn't want the Phobius to get locked down the second he jumps in for a fight. So maybe that could be the thought process behind it. On the other end, Onyx Paradox sticking to the script, taking out all the options in the roam that would go really well with the Joy, that would go great with the 1-1. The Kalia gets taken out, the Gatot Kash gets taken out. And at the same time, Veni Vidi Vici, I guess they have an agreement. They're like, we're not going to ban out any junglers. We've taken them out at the start. We're going to respect the script, and yes, we're gonna have a very interesting showdown, because there are a lot of options open in the jungle right now.
Yeah, you have the Yushin, which is very like a top pick right now for everyone. The Hayabusa does get banned out though, as well as the Fredrin, so we're not gonna be seeing them too. But Lancelot has been a variable pick. Roger has been a variable pick. So there's a possibility we're going to be seeing either of these 3, most likely. Other than that, we have seen Nolan in the hands of Onyx Paradox once, if I'm not wrong. Or was it the other Bhutanese team? I see. No, actually they go for the Alpha. That is interesting. I feel like the Alpha with the recent nerfs it's not bad. But I feel like they had Roger, they had Yushin, or maybe they are just not that comfortable with it yet. Maybe, of course, they were off meta for quite long, so maybe they are out of practice. So they decided they will go for a hero that they're comfortable with. So yeah, I'm not really liking exactly the Alpha pick, but we'll see. At least the last pick, they're still open, but both of them have banned out a lot of roaming options.
That is the major, question right now. Alpha and Lapu seem kind of like scattered in this fight. It looks like a very, scattered comp coming in. They need that one pick, from the side. Bhutan needs that one fight. Ooh, they're cooking. Okay, the Lunox is gonna be coming up from the side of any Vici, and they want to embody their team's name. They want to rush to that victory, and they have the Chaos Assault with them. It is Lunox in the mid lane paired up with the Tigreal. So yes, they really do love their sets. A good catch out on the jungle, but on the other end, it's the Akai, and I think on paper Akai is a great. It's a perfect response to the Tigreal. He can kind of soak up the damage with his shields from the possible crossbow of Tang. He can be a menace against the Joy. He can bait out Phobius. So yeah, on paper this is a very very good pick, but that's how it is with the heavy spin. Either you're gonna push the Tigreal away from you, or you're gonna bring the implosion towards your teammates. So it's a very high risk. It's like a very high risk, high reward pick right now. And good luck to both teams as we're gonna be heading into the land of Dawn.
Yeah, bold to do, because last game we had Timor-Leste pick up the Lunox as well. Looks like Timor-Leste loves their Lunox, despite the fact that she's kind of off meta right now. She still has the burst potential. They do have the CC this time around, so they do not have to worry about their mid laner providing it into those team fights. So definitely, I feel like it's a good wombo combo composition they've cooked up, and of course Onyx Paradox had to respond with something, obviously a good one. But obviously we're going to be diving straight into the land of Dawn, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be true international Swiss stages match number 2, and this is a best of 1 series between Timor-Leste team, that is Veni Vidi Vici, and Bhutan Onyx Paradox, and the loser will get eliminated out of the competition. So it's a do or die, a final chance for both of these teams. And to the casting, there's myself, Ray, and I'm obviously joined by today's guest, Baldudu. So let's see how this game unfolds.
And with that, we are in action, folks. You see a very interesting, huddle on the EXP lane. I mean, look at that. Lapu is going to be helped out in the early phases of his lane, because this first turtle is going to be instrumental for both teams to set the tempo. Both of them want those turtles, and already we see a little bit of an invade. Nothing does come out of it. What are your thoughts on the early? Whoa! The first blood already gets picked up. Wow.
I think,
Pivot bit off way more than he could chew, because he did not even pop the flicker. I did not expect that trade to work out like that, but yes, we have our first kill in less than a minute.
I think it was mainly because he wants to save the flicker for offensive play, because to dive in for that Irithel or the Zushin, he needs the flicker, right? So I think, because if he uses it 120-second cooldown, that basically means in the turtle fight he's gonna be vulnerable. So I think he just wants to save it for himself, and that's the main concept that they're really going for so far. But level 4 already for the Lapu Kaczynski over here, and looks like we will see a possible turtle engage already coming in. But look at the aggression that's coming in from the Zushin over here. Big brain. Let's see if the retribution will hit the point.
And I don't think we're going to be seeing much of a contest here. Maybe Joy might swoop in at the end, but nothing does come out of it, as Alpha picks up a free and uncontested turtle for himself.
Okay, Pivot Curie this time around had the brilliance, was able to pop out of it. But so far, of course, the goal will mitigate towards the hands of Onyx Paradox, as right now they're going to be shifting a little bit. Looking at the itemizations, everybody's building towards the first in slots. Nothing out of the ordinary over here. Obviously, prioritizing the first item over their boots. Really loving to see it. I love the fact that both of these teams have good item. Last game I saw kind of a little bit of unconventional, but this time around I'm seeing really nice overall. Do you think a 1-1 Skypiercer would be viable? I've seen it a few times though.
And there it is, the Akai period is lurking around. He wants to get that set, but they're playing the patient game, and it will actually favor them, because the longer they drag this game out, the Zujin and Idithil are actually going to start getting their items up. Whereas
ranking 4 people ahead.
Yeah, and I think that's a perfect start. You would like, within the first 5 minutes, I think this is as good of a start as you'd get. Period is there, lurking, putting a lot of pressure onto Van. He has to make sure that Van does not get caught out, because Van can dodge she can dodge CC, but with the amount of burst that Onyx Paradox is bringing in the early game, she is gonna get melted regardless. But at this point, it sounds like a very 50-50 because, like, both of these players, both of these teams need their, carries. Both these carries require a lot of farm to get up. You need, Lunox and one need farm. On the other side, Zuzhin and Erythil also need farm. So, I think it's going to be the real MVPs of this game are going to be the junglers with the retries and the roamers. And right as we speak, there is the engage. The heavy spin gets used up. Phovis gets absolutely locked down, but Van uses up. The implosion catches out. Brilliance gets used up, but there is the Lapu with the set. He takes the damage. He brings it home with a double kill. Phovis trying to make a difference, jumping in and out. The monolith slams. It is heavy, but it's not gonna be enough. He is buying so much time, but he is not unkillable as Kazansky represents with his third kill in this team fight.
0-4 Onyx Paradox over here, just absolutely dominating this game so far, and looks like 1-1 needs a little bit of backup. The Joy does come to provide it. Irithel gonna get bursted out.
That's a great response. They do manage to pick up the scrap on the gold lane, and that is the perfect response to a losing turtle fight. They do get the advantage on the gold lane, and hopefully they'll be able to shear some of that turret before period QT is gonna back up, with Demi.
Because I think they're going to be approaching, looking at the itemization, they are getting their first item slots almost. And yeah, the Irithel does get the Hasus Claw as well as the Lapu Lapu. Okay, all of them have their first items except for the Zushin. I think she will be getting it soon because she did get obviously that gem. And since the Akai has a Radiant, that Joy is basically no more a threat until the Joy can get a Divine, which is going to be taking a long while. Even the Lunox is not going to be posing any threats, right? So Akai already getting the first item as the magic defense. That's going to be really hefty for the hands of Team Venedivici because they have mostly magic damage, and the 1-1 needs a lot of scaling. Gold ranking, the EXP lane is just dominating. 3,000, like 700 for an EXP lane. That's not good, but overall, at least one good thing that's really going for Venedivici because their marksman is leading slightly ahead of Irithel. That might be coming in handy as the game progresses ahead and a little bit more. Obviously, it will bounce off because right now Irithel is the one leading on. It will go back and forth depending on how good their wave management is. But looks like they're looking for a possible invasion because I think they're trying to bait out the retribution over here. Balls to do.
And yes, there is the jump in from Phobius. The heavy spin gets used up. He's getting isolated. Forced to flicker out. The heavy spin, is completed. Lapu tries to dive in. Does not connect just yet. Dishes a lot of damage. The implosion is successful. Period Cutie does get stuck in. He is in a very risky place, but there is a crossbow of Tang catching a lot of people. Not enough damage there as Demi still picks up the turtle for himself. Pivot with a response. Demi gets out. Phobius once again he falls, biting off a little more than he can chew. The jumps are taking him really far away from his team.
And we gotta obviously take into the instant replay of what just really happened. We can clearly see that despite the engage that came in from Akai, baiting out that heavy spin, they were still the dominant one because just like you mentioned, the damage was just there. Like, because of the fact that they're leading in so much, they did get a few kills, right? They capture 2 kills, but they will have to pay off back immediately with another one as the score sits at 3-5 and almost 3,000 gold laid into the hands of Onyx Paradox. This Bhutanese team is doing a really... Oh, Kaczynski also gets the Queen's Wings. He really doesn't want to get bursted out by anything possible, and that is going really well. They also secured a tier 1 on the top lane, so basically they have a lot of grounds to cover on, and with the Lord that's going to be coming in the next minute, I feel like this has been smooth sailing so far, but late game how it go, we'll have to wait out and see. Ball to do.
And I mean, like, in that fight it looked kind of risky for the side of Onyx Paradise because I felt like they popped that heavy spin. They committed a lot to catch the Phobius. But right as we speak on catching the Phobius, he does get caught out once again. Lapu stuns him out and picks up the 4th kill for himself. The way this man's picking up kills, it's like he's bought a Sky Piercer for himself, man. Lapu is on a hot streak right now. But on top, once again, the response is immediate. 1-1 doing a great job against Erythel, securing that lane for herself.
With the help of the Tigreal, right? And I think as long as the response keeps on coming like this steadfast, I think they will be like able to equalize something, because look at that, they are able to equalize the map on the top lane. Both of the sides tier 1. Both of the sides get tier 1, and right now the Lord's gonna be spawning in 9 minutes into the game. I feel like this could be a possible contention, because I feel like the side of Timor-Leste, they are ready. Vanity Vici looking for an angle to go, so, but Phobius has been getting picked off, but maybe they can use it to their advantage. While Phobius is buying out time, maybe 1-1 can find someone. I think they should have the damage right now. Look at the damage taken ranking. 850,000 for this guy. Kai is not even
he's
close.
topping the leaderboards, man. He's topping the leaderboards, and I don't blame him, because with Povius, the kind of playstyle you do have is kind of all in. So if the team backs out, he does not have an option to really jump out. He's made to tank and be an absolute menace, and he's doing a great job of it. He's buying a lot of attention near the turtles and allowing 1-1 that safe space to farm on top. So while his KD will not reflect that contribution, I think he is performing a different role from Kazansky, who is actually kind of going in for the main engages and securing kills. Povius is acting like that meat shield.
Absolutely, and looking at the itemization, 1-1 has basically 3 attack speed items. One of them is Wind of Nature, going defensive, doesn't want to get bursted out by the Airthal, who has the Berserker's Fury right now, along with the Haster's Claw, so the crit rate is there, and she's going to be able to dish out that damage into those team fights with that heavy crossbow. But oh, look at the attention, she has to go away. That might be a green signal for Vanity Vici to commit, perhaps, because they are saying, yep, you're going to commit, because they see the Airtel on the far lane. But Lapu looking for an angle, possibly, and Demigodzilla is still waiting. There's the Phobius, possible engage.
Poked out, jumps in, right, gets caught out, not gonna really commit. Onyx Paradox wants to hold on to that pick just yet. They don't want to spend too much time. The fight is still, the dance is there. What's it gonna be?
Retribution battle, 100%, but Oetina as well as this. Let's see, there's the engage coming in, heavy spin.
Ooh, the heavy spin gets baited out. Van still holds on to the implosion and that flicker. That's a big win for them right now. Maybe they could turn this game around. There it is, the engage. Gansky gets caught out. Lapu with a huge set gets pulled away by Zuzhin before he can pull them back in. And while the set was perfect, Zuzhin was able to counter it out, and now they have one man down in this fight. A huge jump in by Period. Y is trying to zone them back and succeeds for now, but the Lord Dance firmly in the favor of Onyx Paradox with that additional man. 10 more seconds still. Van gets back, but by then it looks like this Lord is going to be gone, but that knock-up catches up 3. Abriel with the jump in. The Retribution is going to be picked up by the Alpha. The Alpha charge catches out 2. Will he get some more? The crossbow of time gets used up. Ivansky gets his 4th pickup now. He has 9 kill contributions as they're going to charge up that mid turret with the Lord marching in from the bot side. This is difficult. Vanity Vici needs a big win right now, and they need it quick.
Absolutely. Looking at the replay, we can clearly see the action that unfolded into that Lord Pit. I really thought that Joy would be close to taking it, because look at her movements. But Demigodzilla with the Retribution on time, and we can clearly see the Phobius buying out so much time, but Pivot Curie already getting taken down. Look at the tankiness that's coming in from Lapu over there, soaking the whole crossbow of tank to the face and not even bunging it. But oh, okay, Winter Crown coming in. Phobius has realized if he gets getting caught up, he needs to do something, and Winter Crown is a good response. But all tier 2s are already down. A possible engage into the bottom lane as they are taking down the bot lane inhibitor. And I think it's time to go back. They should regroup. Bot lane gets exposed. And right now, Vanity Vici, I think they obviously, just like you said, they have to come in with a response. But 7,000 gold disparity, it's just massive. Joy does have 3 of her priority items. Needs that Divine though, because the Radiant Armor is really helping the Kai sustain all of the damage. The Aethel is also building up that Zilong Spear. I call it Zilong Spear because it's exactly that. But yeah, going for full burst damage. No Wind Talker. That is good overall, and I think that Zushin is also going for a possible Winter Crown. I think it's to ensure, just in case she gets caught up, she's not getting taken down easily, or there's a crossbow of Tang on top of her, she can survive it. Alpha's doing the same with the Winter Crown. They're not really taking any risk, despite the fact that they're leading the game so badly, and I respect that. They're paying respect to their opponents, making sure that there's just no chance of redemption for Veni Vidi Vici. They're really not letting them take any, obviously, like, prioritize on their mistake. If you can prevent it, you can make sure that it doesn't happen. And damage dealt ranking wise, it is pretty insane. But the 1-1 is leading with a substantial amount. But it's just that I feel
Yeah,
like
man, it is tough. Because like I know the supporters of any Vidi Vici would probably like to see 1-1, maybe even fifth on the ranking. But the major issue is that she gets the ults onto the Akai or the Lapu. They need to
yeah,
catch out someone who's more vulnerable. Right now, I think if they can manage to get a kill on Lapu, that would be great. But they're gonna be ending up committing way too much to succeed in that.
yeah,
They would do much better off catching out Zuzhan or even the Erythiel, because that tempo and that confidence they're gonna get from that kill is what's gonna actually help them pick themselves up right now. Because it's a really tough Lord fight for them coming up ahead. They can't really not contest it because they have a lot of siege potential, and they're gonna lose both their inhibs right now if they let this Lord go. Y is trying to give out that vision, but there's nobody even close by. This Lord is gonna get shredded down before we even see it, and there's the play. The heavy spin catches too. This just might be the game changer. The dive in coming in. The winter ground gets exposed once again. Alpha survives that main fight, but there's the catch. Erythiel gets popped down. Van still survives. It's gonna be a 5-4-3 trade. And Trigo with the shutdown onto Lapu. And Kazansky is not as invincible as he thinks, as Veni Vidi Vici turn this game around instantly on its heels. There's the fourth person down. It's just period against the world. They want to rush it down. They want to end it before their team respawns. Onyx Paradox have got themselves in a really bad paradox right now. There's 4 people sieging the mid lane. Period has to pull off a miracle. Can the Sakai do this? Uses up the heavy spin, buys himself some time. It's just 4 more seconds. The turret gets locked in, and he pulls off the miracle. Erinsky is back. 6 off pivot, and folks, we have a game.
oh my god, that was close by like this, like the length of a hair. Like, oh my god. We obviously need the instant replay because that one cannon minion, man, that I really thought is looking at the 10-second countdown was really getting up to my nerves. I really thought that I wouldn't be able to do it because obviously there was so much damage. He survived just long enough. And he was just able to buy enough time to make sure that the Erythel came at the nick of second and defended the base. And the only reason I feel like they could not commit 100%, it was because Joy was occupied defending the base themselves. Getting the Lord actually came in handy, but oh, Berserker's Fury for this 1-1. I think Kazansky over here better get that Winter Crown, buddy. Okay, he hasn't gotten it yet. I think he needs it right now because if he doesn't, he's gonna be suffering a lot. Mainly because the 1-1, look at the full damage. Oh my god.
Yup, the 1-1 is finally hurting right now. She does not need to worry about who she's gonna ult because she is gonna take them out with that crossbow of time. You need that Winter Crown to survive. And yes, the comeback is definitely real right now. Veni Vidi Vici is in this game. They got that power spike that they needed. They held on long enough. They stayed patient. And now both sides have one inhibitor exposed. I mean, I didn't expect the game to turn around that heavy in the Lord fight. I expected maybe the second that Lord is taken, they're going to back off, hold on for an inhib defense. But no, Van doesn't want any of that. He caught out the Erythiel instantly, punished them for themselves. And I think I just really loved the IGN that, the Tigreal is using Van. It's so smooth.
Do you know the meaning?
I know Van der Dutch. It sounds like a Dutch name. That's all I know about it. But yes,
You're right.
that's all I know about it. I haven't. That's all I know. But yeah, Demi,
nice actually.
really smooth IGNs. And yeah, Demi has been instrumental for the side of Onyx Paradox. His retributions have been, absolutely perfect. Not giving Avriel a chance. Who has to really shine, but Avriel has done a great job in playing safe right now. And speaking of safe, the Lord Dance has begun.
on the top side, but looked like that Kazansky bit off a little more than he can chew. Immo gets popped out. Rigu picks up the kill on the top side. Joy dancing around, trying to find the beat. Will they start that, Lord? Yes, they do. Period hovering around, looking for a massive play to, come up. It's not gonna be there just yet. The heavy spin is there. They have all the skills they need. Who's gonna drop the retry? Demi is not gonna reach there in time as Avriel gets his first objective of the day, and it is a big one. It's that 18th minute Lord. This is a very, very beefy Lord that's gonna be marching down right now from the mid side.
I think Kaczynski is getting punished for his a little bit of confidence, because he could have bought the Winter Crown and survived there, right? He didn't have to pop in that immortality at all. If he had gotten the Winter Crown, he could have survived for just a little bit while for the Akai to come in with the heavy spin and save him. But once his immortality was popped in, he's basically gonna revive at like 20% HP, right? At that point, 10% actually. At that point, you're basically good as, getting taken down. So yeah, they did not commit to it. But right now, Lord's gonna be coming in. Looks like the game's gonna go for a full turnaround ball to do here, because, Demigods still better watch out.
Yes, he does manage to get himself out of it, and sadly Van does not have his flicker to give us the implosion play that we want to see, but they're still gonna end up picking up an inhibitor for themselves. The crossbow of tank does get unlocked. Rigu does not commit, forced to back out as she gets poked out a lot over there. Blade armor gets picked up by the Phobius. This is a lot of I think everyone is getting their comp, and look at how the goal lead has shifted, man. It's now 4,000 nearly in the favor of anybody,
and the score sits at 9-11 at 12 minutes. Basically right now, Veneti Vici, they have changed the pace of the game as they've equalized and in fact dominated the map, because they still have 2 turrets left, while Onyx Paradox have lost everything except 1, and that even 1 turret will most likely fall if they are not able to capture the next Lord. And considering that everybody has their final items, I feel like the Winter Crown's gonna be popping off real soon, and Tigreal will be playing a massive part to make sure they're getting baited out, and after that the 1-1 will obviously to come in with the crossbow of tank. I feel like Onyx Paradox, they had a good lead, but they got a little bit confident, especially I feel like Kaczynski, he felt a little bit too invincible, and once the shutdown started coming in, the 1-1 getting those shutdowns was not good. Her getting full build, it's clearly we're seeing the results of it, but I feel like until the next Lord comes in 15 seconds, we're going to be seeing a little bit of an anticipation, an intense moment as both of the teams wait out and just find someone. Lord spawns in 5 seconds, and let's see if this time around Demigodzil can get nearby.
and that Lord is up right now. And look at Venivedi Vici, they're rushing towards the finish line. They want to start that Lord as soon as possible. They do, and dude, this game is now set up on Erensky, but right as he speaks, Zensky gets caught out.
Oh my god!
Passes out 3. Heavy spin is the response. Why jumping in the back line? Manages to live for a little more time. Gets his immo popped out. Rigu gets the kill on Demi, and it's him against the world. Bites off a little more than he can chew. The Akai pops his immo once again, and I don't think they want to wait for the Lord. They just want to rush that base. Will they be successful? There's no ultimates left for them. It's just the Erythial. She has to pull off the play. The flank has to be perfect, but it looks like that's not gonna happen. The dive-in of the Brilliance is just too perfect. Erensky still buying a lot more time than he can do, but it is all for naught. Venivedi Vici will catapult towards victory as that Aegis will shatter along with the dreams of Onyx Paradox.
This was an insane game, because what just happened at the last 3 minutes, basically a full table turnaround, 180. And I love that. I love that the game ended at 11-11, showing that both of the teams were equal. But at the end of the day, there can only be one victor. And Veneti Vici, despite the early dominance that came in from Onyx Paradox, they obviously persisted. They stayed, and I feel like they're definitely Van with that ultimate really played a massive part in those engages. It was a 4-man implosion, right? If I'm not wrong, it was beautiful to see, and we gotta give huge kudos to the hands of course, the 1-1 as well. I feel like it's mostly, what do you say? Phobius V over here was buying out time into the far lane, and one was basically getting to shore to push the turrets and take the kills into the ASL, and they kept it doing it like that over and over again. they lost a lot of team fights until those 14 minutes. After that 14-minute, 1-1 came online, and they got the shutdown on Lapu Lapu, and they took down Akai. They took down the rest of the members, and slowly but surely, with 4 members down, they were able to get the Lord and an inhibitor, and then the game only kept going downhill for Onyx Paradox, and of course, uphill for Vanity Vici, as they right now are the victors, and they will survive on the Swiss stage with going to the 2-2 brackets tomorrow. And unfortunately, we'll have to bid our farewells to Onyx Paradox. It is quite poetic that one Bhutanese team eliminated one Timor-Leste, and one Timor-Leste was able to eliminate out one Bhutanese. Pretty poetic, right? 100% team fight participation from this 1-1. 100,000 damage.
All over the game, bro. And that's he played the patient game, and he got rewarded for it. And Veni Vidi Vici literally means I came, I saw, I conquered, right? But that's for like a very fast victory. But that was not the case for them right now. They had to hold on, and I just like to take a look at the stats for both the EXP laners. Like Gazanski had the most perfect EXP laner dream. Like when you when you like to jump in with the Lapu, you got the kills, you got the play, you got the highlights, but you do fall off because the snowball potential for a Lapu does stop after a point, and they had a lot of damage. You had pivot, you had Rigu. They were hitting like tanks, man. And while Lapu can take a lot of damage, he will not be able to sustain a Chaos Assault and the Crossbow of Time. He was a little too aggressive with the positioning, because I think it was part to do with the draft themselves. Period was kind of having to hold on for those heavy spin plays. I'll probably have to tell his full name because that does not sound good. With the heavy spin, heavy flow, that's not good. But yes, back into the play, Rusian, a great play coming out by your wife in the game, but it was a forgettable match for them. A great play coming in, and look at the stats, man. He's the rich guy, he's the carry. And yes, Van was the wingman with that beautiful implosion play. I guess he deserves a call, a shout out for that. Great play coming in by Vini Vici.
Absolutely, because of course I feel like he deserves the spotlight. I mean, he played a massive part, and right now we're going to be heading to the interview with our victor, one of the members, of course, from Vanity Vici. They're going to be coming up for a short post-match interview, and please do turn on your cam so we can see you, obviously, and you can see us as well, and it would be nice. So, hello.
Hello. Wait.
Please introduce yourself to our dear audience.
Hello, good night. I am John Stephen. I'm CEO of 3V Sport. Thank you.
Oh,
guys.
you're the CEO?
Yes, I'm the CEO.
Okay, that is amazing. We're actually meeting the CEO of the whole team. Like, we've had coaches, we've had managers, we've had, of course, the leader coming in, even if they didn't play. But this time, the first time, I think we're having a CEO of a team. So I'm just gonna refer to you as Mr. Vanity Vici because you're the CEO of the team, right? So
yeah, because I thought it's busy. That's why I'm come to interview.
Okay, they're busy, and obviously your team just got the victory against the Bhutanese team Onyx Paradox on 2 internationals. You know, last match we actually had another Timor-Leste against another Bhutanese team, and Bhutanese team was able to eliminate out the Timor-Leste team, but you guys were able to say no and turn the table tide completely around, not just theoretically but in game. Like, what's your strategy by making such a good comeback really possible? Because we noticed, right, Onyx Paradox was winning the game 80%. How did you make that 20% turn into 100? Like, what do you want to share anything?
Before I just want to say like that.
Of course.
Any Vici, that's meaning as I came, I saw, I can quit.
Yes.
So
that's your strategy.
We already prepare everything. Our mentality is strong. That's why I saw to this game. Okay, we will let them too early to win. Then finally in the game, 3v with the winner. Okay.
Absolutely. And right now you are not going to be eliminated and you're still in the Swiss stages. Do you have confidence your team can make it to the playoff stages? Because I feel like they're the only Timor-Leste team left right now in the competition.
Yeah, I'm very very confident with our team.
Mm-hmm.
Very very confident. Our team, the skill, mechanic, micro, is everything is good. The most
Mm-hmm.
important that I will prepare our mentality. This very very need when uh,
Mm-hmm.
join
Absolutely.
the tournament, right? Yeah, uh,
Mhm.
just like
Wait.
it's really more important mentality.
Mm-hmm. Do you have like do you handle the draft? Do you have a coach, or is it something that is well prepared by all of the players together?
Uh, we have coach and coach the one prepare the draft. So I'm just
Mm-hmm.
watching the coach draft.
Okay, okay. So the coach handles the drafting. So great work
Yeah,
from the
for
coach,
sure. Yeah,
because I
yeah,
feel like the draft was well prepared to go against the basically a proper response back. Because I feel like
yeah.
your draft was obviously it was
Yeah,
clear
you
that
can see
early
our
game
draft.
it couldn't be.
Yeah, our draft prepare to late game. That's
Yeah,
why we
and
very
it
very
did really well.
confident bring the game to late game.
Absolutely. And
Like,
is there any team that you're looking forward to facing off against in future? Like this is the true international, so we have India, Philippines, Malaysia, all these teams. Like any team that you want your team to face off against. I just wanted to know that.
uh, I don't want to choose to which team we can face,
I
but
see.
everything all team whose team will face against with us, I'm very confident that we can beat all team.
Mhm.
Okay.
And we would love to see it. Obviously, tomorrow is going to be the 2-2 brackets. You're most likely going to be
Okay.
facing another 2-2 bracket team, and I wish you guys the best. And obviously, thank you for coming to
Okay.
this short interview.
Okay.
Baldo, do you have any question to the CEO of Venidi Vici, Timor-Leste team?
Well, it's less of a question and more of like an observation. It's a really great job that your team has done with the execution, and you've selected really interesting roster. I love the chemistry between the two players. Especially the roamer and your exp. Is there any story behind that, or is just a good selection? Like, do they know each other from before, or what is the story?
Okay. Our yeah, this game, this moment by our Romer and Expilen. You can see the game. You can watch the game. They make manage the game. Then they know who's the one target. That's the important. So that's
Okay,
why
okay.
they can win the game.
I want to know, obviously, a simple thing. What's the like, I understand, obviously, I came, I saw, I conquered. Why did you decide this would be like a great team name, Venidi Vici? Like, how did you came to it?
Uh, First time I choose this name because this name very very strong. Yeah, very very strong. That's I want build name strong, good strong team, strong player. That's why I choose this name.
Okay. Okay. Going to the basic and obviously simple things is always the best, right? Nothing complicated. And obviously, we love to see it. And thank you, Mr. CEO of Venidi Vici, for coming to the
You're
short
welcome,
interview
guys.
and obviously being present. And I wish you team the best. And I obviously hope you guys can make it to the playoffs. And obviously, wishing you best tomorrow for the Swiss stage for the 2-2 bracket, which will be the decider of who gets into the playoffs. And I'm wishing you the best. And
Thank,
thank you for coming here, Mr. CEO.
thank you, guys. Just last word,
Thank you.
Yes, sure, sure, please.
sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, last
Go
words.
ahead.
Feni Fidifici show that only Feni Fidifici, the strong team in Timor Leste. Everything is pocket, just like that. Okay, thank you.
Let's go. That's
Thank
the
you.
statement.
Let's
That's a
go.
statement for this safe interview.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
coming. I love their confidence, man. Like
I
very
love the
confident because
confidence.
it makes sense why they kept that name. And of course, it's pretty clear that English is not their first language. But I love that they came here and were able to express what was on their mind. And of course, this is my first time meeting a CEO of a team because in India subcontinent you actually don't even have a coach. So it's
Yeah.
something crazy to see that teams outside of obviously India and Southeast Asia have CEO. Like how crazy is that, Boldedu?
Exactly, man. The fact that, the crazy is crazy. I'm really trying to like figure out, like, damn, that's like a full organization system. But yes,
Yeah,
uh,
exactly.
whatever they're doing, it's working for them. They got that win. And yes, great job to them. And with that, this is going to be the end of Onyx Paradox's journey in this, in this series for True International.
Absolutely.
They had a really great job, a great performance coming in by the players. A big shout out to Demi. Those retributions were on point, but
Mhm.
that is how it is in mobile 5v5. In Mobile Legends, it just turns around in a second.
Yeah, this is how it is in MLBB after all. In true internationals, the competitions have been brutal. Both of all of these teams are almost like top teams, like one of the top teams from all of the nations representing. Not to mention, last match I think we had like ISF representative teams, which is an insane feat to talk about. But still, only one could be the victor, right? So unfortunately, Onyx's Paradox. I had a short interview with them. It feels kind of bad, but at least one Bhutanese team has made it. Still is in the competition, and we'll see which team can move forward. The competition will remain brutal, and we'll get only the best in the playoff stages. But ladies and gentlemen, this was it for this match. I think, right, Falls? And we're gonna be heading to the last match, and obviously we gotta make space for the casters and obviously for the teams to be coming in. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stay tuned and like the stream, and obviously stay tuned on True Internationals. We'll be right back with the third game of the evening.
See
Bye
you
bye.
guys. Bye bye, guys.
Oh, dang. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is gonna be, True International. It's me, Sebastian, along with Baldudu as well. This is my color look weird though, but I think my lighting is fine. I think maybe is it Baldudu?
It's perfect, man. Like I would prefer pink, but yeah, it's decent.
Wait a minute. You got it. There we go.
We're in action, man. Let's go. We're in.
Oh man, I'm just crazed about MCU Esports and Quantum Satoru right here. Right now, these two teams are in I think the final chance right now, if not mistaken. So there's either one of these loses, they're gonna be off the tournament as of now, and either MSU or Quantum are gonna have another chance at getting back to the tournaments as well. These two teams are strong. It's just MSU here got absolutely wrecked by India on their second chance. The first chance though, they didn't win against India, but the thing was they played really tough, and India barely they barely lost, and that was I think I would say that was a pretty good shot from their side. But the second time it happened, my goodness me, it was like a complete turnover, like a complete domination from the side of India as well. And the fact that MSU had fallen off there was pretty awesome as well. And the fact that they banned Ranger for their side, we know that India has a lot of really good Ranger players. They really studied up on that, and they always ban Ranger on whenever Team India is playing as well. But, oh my goodness me, what I am seeing Uranus and Yuzhong and Ray's wife, Ray's Sayang, yeah.
Give me a target.
Yup, she gets picked up once again.
Let's go.
Yeah, man, and look at that. Like, by the time we did get started, I think half the draft is already over. Let me just recap it for the viewers. The bans, I think, pretty straightforward coming up. They do take out the junglers, the Hayabusa, and Baksha get taken out. The Fred is surprisingly still open, so maybe QSA could be picking it up for themselves in the jungle. Fred with literally any healer is always a great option. Head up with a Leslie, it could be going great. On the other end, they have picked up the Uranus. That again, I have to work on phrasing with Ray's wife and the 1-1 to wrap it up. On the bans, it is going to be the Joy, the Phobias, and yeah, as I spoke, QSA is the one who ends up banning out the Fred. I kind of expected they would pick it up for themselves. I'd love to see a Fred Estes kind of play through. But yes, the Roger is the other ban. What do you think they need to finish their drafts?
Oh, dude, I think maybe, right now, mostly assassins are pretty good. So if they do ban out the Badam, or, they might pick him off here in the roam section for the side of MSU Esports, that would be a pretty good shot because at the end, a healer is still able to, even if you don't have enough HP, a lot of HP, like what of a Fred or a Basha, or, even at one point, the Indonesian style, which is going to be the Kaja jungle. It's pretty obnoxious to see that an assassin pick on to the side of where you're gonna have an Estes roam as well. But I think it's pretty possible to have an assassin. It's just you need to burst that 1-1 out pretty quickly. And Helker, Gishin, Eamon, who else? Nolan. These heroes are pretty good. But the thing is, the issue is that once she has some defense, it's gonna be pretty hard to get her out as well. But we got Zushin once again. It's you don't want to go utility against her as well. So the the Fredrin could be a make or break for the side of Quantum Satoru here.
And yup, man. I mean, you kind of analyze that perfectly. The Estes is like a hit or miss pick. He can either bail you out of literally any situation with his ult, but you have to draw that line between how much damage you can effectively take and receive. So yeah, the Estes could potentially work out really well, but when you have such small health pools to work with, it is a very risky game you're playing. Farsa squishy as hell, Leslie quite squishy, and at the same time they're not going to be playing that close to each other. So Estes' positioning is going to have to be perfect. Oh my god, MSU representing with the Alucard in that jungle, and dude, that's a lot of lifesteal. That's a lot of lifesteal, and Vamp coming in from the side of the Philippines. They have so much health HP region going on for them. Coach Bath coming in, Coach Bath is he's cooking something right now because you need like 5 anti-heals at this point. Because the buckshot gets taken out already. So yeah, it's gonna. I'm really curious to see who's gonna be the jungler from the side of QSA. What's their response? Is it gonna be the alpha? Are we gonna be seeing an assassin? But yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, this is weird though. Like, I didn't expect the Alucard at all, but wait, what? He's nerfed.
Yeah, but he's
Oh,
nerfed,
no.
but he's still a decent option. Like, he's a decent option. Like with the CC, he can survive that Kufra. So maybe
Exactly.
it could pair well with the Lapu, but that's a lot of pressure you're putting on to the Estes right now. He has to bail out 4 people right now, and yeah, I'm kind of curious to see like how what's the response to the Uranus.
Exactly. I think maybe Basha jungle would have been a better option, I would say, because they do have an Estes in the end. Even though Zushin is going to be dealing a ton of damage, he's just going to be able to heal that out as much as he can as well with the the enchanted talisman and the fleeting time along with the blessing lantern. Oh my goodness me! I forgot the word for the name.
Wishing. Nah, bro, you got me. You made me forget too. But yes, it works. Whatever it is, it works really well. Yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
But
That's the answer.
It's possibly the best answer you could ever give for item whose name we have forgotten. But there we have it. The True International, the third match already starting up as well. It's going to be the third and final match for the evening as well. It's going to be MSU Esports versus Goju Satoru Alpha. It's going to be me once again, Sebastian, along with the one and only Baldudu, who I would say, we have good chemistry, but the thing is, it's been a long time coming since we've tested together, so I'm so excited, but look at that!
She dove into the turret. Will she get the kill? Yes, she does. What the heck? The game just began, man. Like, the buffs are barely up.
What? No, that was nasty move from Kufra though. I knew it. I think maybe he picked the jump on purpose. You usually take the ball though. Like the defense thing you're gonna need in order to counter out maybe the Lucas. But that doesn't get. Oh my goodness me! What?
My God, they're showing off right now. MSU, man,
What?
like, what are those plays? And I think that's that's the advantage that they have with their draft right now, because every single player from the side of QSA needs that item spike right as we speak. Alucard jumps into the fight.
Goodness, look at that! What in the world was that? Alucard's burst and 1-1 burst just absolutely dominated and wrecked them off. It was scary. It was like instant death at that point. I don't think they were meant to survive that at all. Even if SS had the blessing ultimate that he has, and giving them a lot of HP, I don't even think they're going to be able to survive even with that as well.
And it's not going to be easy, surviving until that 10-minute mark. The next 8 to 10 minutes is going to be tough, man, for the side of this. And look at that! Look how aggressive they're playing. They're able to jump into the turrets because of the lack of any hard CC against them. Alucard jumps in once again.
And I think he's going to be able to get this kill onto Lucas, and he gets the kill. Vegeta on another streak. Oh man, what in the world is happening? It's 2 minutes in. It's not even 3 minutes in yet, and they're already leading off with a 6-0 at this point. It's gonna be very, very hard to come back here unless at least Leslie starts having her items, and she's gonna be able to burst out that 1-1 along with the Kufra as well. So even Anti's not gonna help, but look at takes on Lucas again.
Dude, every buff is getting picked up right now, and the gold lead is nearly 5,000 and 3 minutes in. Oh, it's not looking good. It's not looking fun.
Oh, see the item section here. We got. Oh my goodness me, he's only got the belt yet. Kufra and is dealing so much damage as well. Uranus having, I think, if not mistaken, the second highest gold, I would say. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's got the second highest goal. But one already building up the Windtalker as well to have, to top it off. And I think oh my goodness me again! What in the world? Kufra!
And
Oh
on
my
the break, freestyling on them as he picks up a beautiful set. The Tyrant's rage will not be abated. Zushin trying to pick up a few, poking them out a little more. Lucas does use up a Sacred Beast form. I guess they are lagging because, oh my god, that's tough because he just walked into that turret. This is not gonna be fun. They're lagging really bad. Like, I did have my suspicions because of the way, they were moving around in the early game. Like that
yeah,
first blood, because they were not able to really like dodge most of the crossbows. Like, so I was kind of confused.
yeah.
But yeah, we will be heading into a strategic pause, and it looks like it might already be a little too late for this pause with that score line right now.
Even with that pause, just as you've said, I don't think there's any way to make a comeback at all at this point. But I think it could be possible. You may never know with teams like Philippines here. Goju Satoru made a wonderful play against their opponents as well. And I think in the previous match. But then again, the second part, the second chance that they got, it's just it didn't work out well. But I think this time maybe it's the network issue, and I'm praying that they get it fixed soon because this is gonna be a knockout. They're gonna be eliminated after this match as well. But MSU Esport having the fun of spur of the moment there. I gotta say, Kufra was enjoying it a little bit too much here.
For real, and yeah, it's gonna be a very very tough time to come back from. I'm still kind of confused as to why was the pause not requested for earlier, if they were lagging that early. But that aside, it's gonna be really really difficult because they've already given the goal that Van has got the goal she needs. Alucard has got a massive start, absolutely choked out the Lucas. He did pop the ult, tried his best, but yeah, the goal lead now is it's at 7K, man, in like 5 minutes in.
Exactly.
It's not in five. Actually, one of that was pause time. So it's like 4 minutes in, and the gold lead is like nearly 7,000 gold. So
Oh,
either
see.
MSU has to make massive mistakes, really difficult mistakes to play. Look at the difference. 1-1 is almost more than double the gold of the pro Derek right now. Leslie is not even in the close range.
I don't even think it's gonna work out at this point anymore as well. I didn't expect him to make the call for a pause a little bit too late there, but I think maybe I don't this could be a lost cause because internet issues are pretty ass, and I think I think we all suffer the same fate of us screaming or getting angry at the network when it goes off like this, especially during a
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, and this is a much bigger stage than what we've been used to because this is their
Hmm.
lifeline. This is their last lifeline to stay in the true international. And having it occur on such a stage, it's really difficult. Yeah, but the pause timing is gonna be wrapping up pretty soon. The game is gonna commence in a bit, and we'll have to see how does Farsa deal with that onslaught that Baby is putting them towards.
Exactly. No, I think maybe at this point, even Flicker or Purify is not going to help him because their burst is way too high, man, and the level on Hufra as well. For the fact that he's in one of the he's also in the top five of the who has the most gold as well and the EXP. So I think he's gonna have a pretty neat time dealing a good amount of damage as well because they're not up to the level yet, and their HP is gonna be pretty low for him to even finish off like just how he did to in the top lane as well against the Farsha.
Yeah, man, like with the Farsa, like Lapu is still the only one on the side because technically he didn't really get ganked. He was just kind of staying safe in his lane. And yes, the match is gonna be beginning right as we speak. Uh, there it is. The red buff gets taken out once more.
And MSU will not pause even for a second. They're back on that onslaught, constantly putting pressure on the mid
Oh.
lane. And there is the feather airstrike. And that's a lot of damage, man. For that goal lead, that is a lot of damage.
Exactly. I think they could work this out if they. Oh, again. Once again, he gets that, but I think Lapu is going to be able to sustain all of this, and this could be the mistake that MSU might make, but no. 1-1
Goal
gets the
lead
combo
is
tag
just
perfectly as
goal lead is
well.
just too difficult at this point. Baby is trying to look for the fifth and the final wipeout. Not gonna happen. Vegeta putting in a lot of pressure. Throw Derek against the world. Will they choose to dive under the turret? They just might. The minions crashing in from the mid.
Oh no. Oh, this could be it. Oh, okay, that was close, but I think he's gonna go down. Finally, the feathered
that's the first
airstrike
thing
pops
that
in
is
as Lapu, the ancestral warrior, comes on in. And I think this might be the mistake that MSU might be making, but no, he gets away. Alucard comes in,
against the
knocks
world.
out the 3 people, and the defense is gonna be high. The defense is gonna work out well for his side. As 4 people damaged Vegeta, but it's not working out well. The lifesteal and the sustain he's gonna have. Let's look at the instant replay, dude. That was insane. Baby fell down, but I think that was a lost cause for Quantum here. Aw, dude.
Oh, this is tough, but look at that. I think we might be seeing another fight as we speak, as this replay goes on. It looks like Alucard picks up a triple kill for himself. He's rushing for the Maniac. He gets the Maniac. He wants the Savage. He will not get it as he gets shut down under the turret. Lapu does pick up the kill with the assistance of the turret. Vegeta, unstoppable right now. And actually, that's the wrong word to say because he did end up getting killed. But yes, an absolutely dominating performance coming in from the jungler of MSU Esports.
Oh man, that is crazy, crazy work. And I think 22-2. This is a 12-fold here for their side. And I gotta mention this again. Sadly, though, this is what happened during LCF versus Trident Continue. They were on a lead of like a times 10 every time a one of their heroes fell from Trident Continue. They took 5 more at that point, and it was almost like a wipeout every single time one of their heroes fell down. But it may not be the case here. Lucas melted down so quickly by 1-1, and that oh my goodness me, that is nasty work from Baby though. He waited for the anti-PC to work out well, and then took the time to use that, and I think he's gonna pull out. The flicker has been popped up as well. Lapu this might be it for their side, and he gets double kill inside, a little too deep there, and I think he might get the Maniac as well, but no. Okay.
1-1 gonna steal it out under him. They do crash the turrets. That's the inhibitor popped in the 7th minute. That's the second inhibitor taken down in quick succession. Sparsh picks up the blade armor, and at this point, it is an absolute slaughterfest. They're gonna clear out the wave, and it looks like they're gonna go for the end. Baby hovering in the backline, looking for the set. Blessings get used up, and it is over. MSU Esports from Malaysia will be taking up this slot, as QSA will have to say goodbye to their, that's the end of their journey in True International. And it's kind of bad the way they have to go out. That's a tough situation to be in.
Oh, dude, the internet, man. We all know the issues with it, and I think they did try their best though. I'm not gonna say that they did. Even with the bad internet, they did take down some of the at least 2 heroes. So that's not really going down with domination on their side as well. But congratulations, MSU. You are back once again to get another chance, of making it into the playoffs as well. But I think this is possibly the end, and I think maybe the what do I call it? The drawing is probably soon. Isn't it, Balton?
Yeah, I think your voice froze for a little towards the end, but yeah, man. It's a tough situation to be in, and yeah, looking at the MVP, it is definitely going to be MSU X Falcons jungler. Vegeta is going to be taking home the accolade with that insane 13-9 KDA with only a single death, 81 participation, and that gold per minute is absolutely insane.
Oh, I think he broke the
Look at the
record for
stats.
from LCM though. That's crazy work, dude.
Yeah, look at the
I see
stats,
he
damage
broke the
stats,
record.
man.
Jeez, I didn't expect that much though, but then Alucard was pretty good choice here because you gotta beat sustain with lifesteal sometimes, and Alucard not only has lifesteal and that spell vamp, but also the damage as well and the defense. You gotta say, even if he goes full burst, as long as he locks onto at least 4 to 5 people, then I think he's got like really really high durability, like what Lapu has in the current meta as well. Considering the fact that they increased his uh, jungle creep damage, so which I find that pretty nice because he's back in the meta like how he used to be, and he used to be really really feared. And right before the buff here, he was there's only certain people who could only play him. But the new buff makes it so that even new players could have fun in the wee bit higher ranks as well. For those who are spamming Alucard, that is.
And man, that Alucard revamp, like it's not a revamp, it's more of a buff. But yeah, it's just so annoying playing against him right now. The current patch, you have to put in so much pressure onto, to killing him. You have to drop down insane CC, or he's just gonna heal up in a second. So yeah, the Alucard, a really insane pick right now coming up in this current patch with the great performance. And looking at the other stats, Alucard picking up a good amount. Who's Megumi from the side of QS Alpha, taking an absolute metric ton of damage on the 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And yep, the wingman is baby with those sets. The Kufra was an absolute sniper, picking up every single person on the pitch.
100%.
Yeah, man.
Oh, the jumps were crazy. The jumps were crazy, man. And I think we have a interview with the MVP as well. So
Yep, we're gonna have the
that'll be
interview
pretty
from the winning side with someone from the winning side. It might be Vegeta if the MVP, or
Yeah.
any other member or coach from the side of. Yeah, and yup. So MSU, we'll be seeing someone from MSU pretty soon. But yeah, man, like, I have a message to QSA and the fans, because this kind of situation happens very rarely, and when it does, it sucks for everyone to be present. Victory does feel hollow for the winners. Being on the losing side in such a situation is not fun. You're gonna get a lot of flack. You're gonna get call outs for saying that you failed, you baited out, you were doing it intentionally and all. You just have to push it aside, keep your head down, put the work in, and be back next season and do a better job than you always have. So I wish the best of luck to everyone from QSA, their members, their players, their fans, and organization. It happens to all of us. It's not fun to be in. But yes, with that, we're going to be heading into our interview round with someone from MSU. Could you please introduce yourself, sir?
So I'm Omar. I'm the manager for this team.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yup, and
So,
Great performance for my team, right?
Even though the network issue was the big problem for Quantum, though, I think how did you think your team performed even in that situation? Because it was like either you win or either I win situation, even with the network as well. So how did you handle that situation with your team as well?
Props to the Philippine team. They play really well, even they were lagging. But yeah, I feel bad for them because we were expecting a fight with them, but they were lagging, so we cannot do anything. And yeah, I'm pretty confident that my team can do, especially when we lost 2 games. So yeah, tonight, as you can see, below 8 minutes. You saw the result, lah. I was impressed because it was so fast.
Exactly, and I have 2 more questions for you. What is your what are your thoughts on your getting back into the playoffs right now? Who do you want to go against? To your team to improve.
What I can say, I would like to meet the Malaysian team.
Okay.
Fusion Esport. Fusion Esport. Yeah, I would like to meet them because they are Malaysia also, so we want to like compete with each other.
That's perfect, man. That's
and
perfect.
and see who's better.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good shot as well, because there can only be one team that that could represent or could win the true international as well. So you need to you have to prove yourself as well. But yeah, one last question from our side is like, who who do you want to knock out the most besides besides Fusion Esports here? Who do you want to play against the most in this tournament?
There's a lot of teams actually. Maybe the one that defeat us in the previous round. We want to beat them again because we were unlucky on our last match, especially when the boys, my players, they are performing. So I think we will beat them again. Overall, every team, I want every team to be beaten. Let's see. Let's see.
Awesome, man. And thank you so much, man, for being a really wonderful coach for your team as well. And thank you so much for coming into True International for this interview for the post match as well. Thank you so much. See you soon, bro. In the playoffs. Oh man.
Yup, that sums up the interview.
I think he's pretty, sad as well because, like, he couldn't see. I think he couldn't make his team play as best as they could because of the network issue. And
I think the coach would be like the guy who's actually sore about it, because that guy must have done a lot of research. Because that draft was absolutely insane. Like, the draft was crazy coming into the side of MSU, but they couldn't really get to play it off because of you could actually see it perform in the match. You could see the results that he was actually looking for. So yeah, they kind of I feel like the coach feels like they exposed one of their drafts because they couldn't really get anything out of it. So yeah, let's see how they're going to perform in the playoffs. They have a long journey up ahead, a difficult journey. And yes, he did mention having that comeback against the teams they did lose against. And like we say, revenge is a dish served spicy in the Malaysia. So yes, they want to get that, and let's see how they do.
Exactly. So guys, I think maybe after a tiny short break, we will be ending the stream. Not mistaken. Oh no, we will be drawing. Yeah, we will be drawing. Yeah, so I think the playoffs is going to be interesting though right now. Everything is done, Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. I want to see who's going to go up against each other now, because it could be Indonesia versus Indo, it could be Malay versus Malay, or it could be vice versa. It could be multiple teams, or it could be the most rival as well. It could be like Cosmic versus KK getting or with Cosmic getting their revenge as well. But let's see, man. Let's see.
Right, and I guess that kind of wraps it up. There's not much analysis left for this game to do. We'll be seeing how the playoffs is going to unfold. The stage has been set, and with that, I guess it's going to be myself, Baldu, and Sebastian. We're going to be signing off for now.
We're drawing.
Okay, okay. I thought we're going on break before we go for the draw. Yeah, I thought we're gonna go on break and then go for the draw, but yes, that's not gonna happen. There is our teams. These are the 5 players, 6 teams. I mean, I'm bad at counting, but yes, 1 from each country, but 2 from the side of Malaysia. You have Fusion and MSU, and the manager said from MSU, the team they wanted to face the most is actually Fusion Esports. It's like a Game of Thrones situation going on over there. They want to have local dominance before they want to have that true international dominance.
Yeah. Okay, IC Paradise, and IC Paradise. Yeah, IC Paradise is back there, and I think maybe they lost out of 3. They lost 2, and I think they won 2 out of 3 if not mistaken. So I think they're back there. And the drawing is gonna happen soon. LCF India is back. I'm so happy to see them play off again. We got Frenzy over here. Not so one-sided against their opponents, but oh my goodness, we tried and we're pretty good in there. Going against them as well. Fusion back though, which is pretty fine. I see Timor Leste as well, so this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. MSU, we just had an interview with them as well. I'm hoping to see what they have against these teams as well.
And yeah, man, like there is a good amount of diversity coming out from each team. Each team has their own performance. Each country has their ways of drafting the particular meta they follow. We got a hint into what Malaysia does. That Alucard pick was there popping up. And yeah, while their celebration was marred by a little bit of the controversy, the lag, you first of all, you should never have a reason not to celebrate. And getting into the playoffs is the end goal for each of these teams in these knockouts. And yes, Veni Vidi Vici just in the previous game with an absolute dominance of a comeback. Anything can happen, and that is how MLBB runs. And there it is, the draw phase has begun. Who is going to be the first team, the first match up? It's going to be Fusion Esports is going to be our first, guys.
With their Koro Sensei on their side as well. By the way, these guys are very new in the international tournament as well, so they're doing pretty good. I would say though they're doing pretty good. And right now they're gonna be we're gonna be drawing for who's gonna be facing them as well.
And there it is. MSU really did want to end up facing Fusion, so maybe we might see that playoff level set instantly. Who is it gonna be? It is.
Oh, it's Icy.
It's gonna be Icy Paradise. A very interesting matchup is gonna be up ahead.
Hey, this is looking good. This is looking good. I guess I would but find it good though. These teams play well. Icy and all. I don't know why they did lose though. They've been in the tournament for pretty long as well, which is kind of weird. But I think we finally have our first match for tomorrow as well. It's gonna be the MSU. Oh no, sorry. We got
Fusion Esports.
IT Paradise, yeah. Fusion and
Icy Paradise.
one to go against the Fusion, so I was like, oh, MSU Esports. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And now the second match of the playoffs. Like, let's see, who is it gonna be? There are not many options left. It's gonna be. Okay. I have to really get better with my time thing because I keep thinking the draw is gonna last 3 seconds, and then I keep shaking for the next time. It's gonna be MSU. Yup, there it is. They're not gonna get to face each other just yet, but the options are always open. Whichever team advances is gonna see each other. Both the Malaysian teams are not gonna get to meet each other right now, so there's a higher chance of Malaysia making it to the next round of the playoffs.
Since it is the second team, it's gonna be MSU having the first pick, if I'm not mistaken, against whoever that they're gonna be going against right now, and it could be LCF though. I'm just thinking, I think LCF is gonna get picked out this time.
Okay, will you have this? Did you actually get that pick? Nah, it's not gonna be. Okay. It's going to be Timor Leste versus India in the end, but it's going to be Frenzy who is going to be matching up against MSU. And yup, we have a very interesting set of playoffs coming up for, in this bracket now. A very, very interesting set of playoffs in this bracket. And the final pick is obviously going to be Lakshmi Chit Fund versus Veni Vidi Vici. But we'll have to see who's going to get that first pick. Is it going to be LCF or the VCube? Okay, I think V-Cube is not, of course. V3 would probably be better than V-Cube, yeah.
Yeah, V3 Esports.
Yeah, that probably sounds better.
Oh, there we go. We were talking about V3 and then got the pick, and I think, hey, they did not. They do not have any. Oh, I'm surprised though. They do not have any what you call it, any substitute heroes though, but that's fine. That's fine. Gotta be LCF versus Timor Leste here on the side of V3 as well. So the drafting is finally done.
And yup, that is our, the playoff bracket for now. We're gonna see tomorrow what tomorrow holds in store for us. The game is gonna be very, very intense coming up. Three very good games, a lot of fun games to see, interesting matchups, and a lot more drama to unfold. And yup, that is the brackets for now. This is all from my side.
And this is from my side too, guys. Stay tuned. Please, do stay safe because, anything could happen out there as well. We love you all. Thank you so much for joining in. Like, share. I was just like, then it sounded so sad. And I'm sorry, for changing the mood there for yours.
Bro, you were threatening them. Bro, threatening the viewers.
Stay safe. Yeah.
Be safe. Yes, be safe.
I will find you.
All right, guys.
And I will brush you.
This is the super talented and really scary Sebastian, and I'm Ball to do, and we're signing off for today. Good luck to you and happy gaming.
Bye, guys.